And we are live. Background music for today is this one. But on that note though, for today's stream might actually be 1 hour shorter due to the TGA, the Game Awards. But I do already have a channel who I'm going to be ready on, planned out. But that being said though, I do hope everyone's day is going well. And Spike, thank you for the limited edition library card. Just let me know what cookie you do want delivered, and we will actually get it into the rotation maybe, depending if it's something new or something interesting into daily cookie rolls. But anyway, I do hope everyone's Thursday is going well. Oh, let's see, what do I get? Peanut butter cookie. I just made that. Hey Spike, how goes it? And let's see. So I'm actually doing some read up. This is going to be a heck of a latte Oreo. If I read that right. That? Okay, let me go ahead and put that into the daily cookie. There we go. We should now... I also add a funny cookie into there. Latte Oreo. And it's in. Actually, never had that, but that actually sounds really yummy. Alright. But on that though. Oh, and also watching that, whatchamacallit, KCD's 2 stream earlier, Spike, was fun and enjoyable while cooking breakfast. That was fun to watch. 10 out of 10 Henry chimes. Alright. So, on that note though, this is going to be actually maybe even a... well, it is a short stream because of TGA. I think we're actually going to be, like, literally after we complete this quest, it's going to jump right into the ending. Let me just test something. Hold on. Why are you not working? My, whatchamacallit, I pinged... Yes, Henry is very much like that in the DLC. Okay, now it works. Okay. I had to test something on here. Literally, that's how the game is going for me too. Silly Henry. And I cannot wait till I actually get into that. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the game itself. Now that I got that working out. So following this, after this, we're gonna jump into Avowed either... maybe today. I do have to show my old first ending to see what you can get for the independent stuff, which does tease a character I did not actually do, because for those who want to jump into Pillar of Eternity on their own, who are watching or lurking, I do leave a couple things out for folks to explore on their own. So we're going to see one of those characters that pop up during my independent ending. But on that note though, that's pretty much it. I already have a character saved right at the point of the ending, so... Alright, on that note though, we are here, and what we have to do is plant a bomb in one of the traders area because, you know, nothing solves problems like blowing up gunpowder storage, I guess. There are 2 paths we can do. We can also work with our friends the VTC with us during this too, which gets the same thing, that does the same thing as well. Which was actually the other choice of the faction I was going to do. But on that note though, well, there are some very interesting faction discussions, because each faction does have its good and its bad. The Haunas are basically, the Hauna slash, are basically the natives of Deadfire and colonialism messages with the other factions. One is straight up imperialism, one is early capitalist. And the other are just literal pirates. Alright. That's literally your faction choices. Really hard. And even if you do the choice of doing independent, it's still a choice nonetheless. Alright. So this is where we left off last time. And let me check my journal here. And this is the thing we gotta do. We're forging an alliance. What I did is prepare my ship for my independent ending. Alright. There is something I actually have to do too as well that I want to do that's non-related to my character. And that's something with the Principe. But anyway. Sabotage. And this one's here. I can basically use these guys to do the same thing I can do what I want to do. On that note though, here's what I'm going to do first. I want to check something first before we do this.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, hold on, that reminds me of something. Wait, before we do that, where is it? Wildmere. Something I need to check. I want to see if I can actually bring my characters with me this time, my old characters, just to check. Since we are kind of at the literal precipice of the ending, so. And I also realized I got the sad ending for Adair's outcome because I was delayed a certain quest chain that I forgot was supposed to be very long. Whoops-a-daisy. Lesson there when you, for those who do want to pick that up on your companion stuff, don't neglect your companion quests.
See anything?
Let me see, what are we looking for? No, not what I want to look for. Here we are. No. There it is. I just want to test something. NATO level. Oh, I see. We need to get our NATO level up. That's why. Gotcha. I can't have my companions from the first games and stuff like that because of that. Interesting. Well, that explains a lot that I've missed out. Alright. Well, on the note though, back to what we were doing. We have to go back to the Queen just to check something really quick. I didn't do this off stream because I forgot. But I just want to see if I can confirm that. And we are good for the end, going down the ending path. This is going to be chaotic because you can do stealthy. And in case it isn't obvious, none of our characters are very much that stealthy. We're gonna go rooftop. But on that note though, there is a lot of theory crafting on the factions itself. The Deadfire actually adds a lot to that lore in that aspect. And also with the Tim Kaine news, I'm very intrigued to find something out.
Friends of Rawatai are rarely friends of the throne, but I will hear you. You have your mission, Watcher. We do not need to discuss it further.
I just want to check something.
Now, with that out of the way, is there nothing else?
Never mind then, looks like we didn't have to go there. Alright. Back to the autosave, I suppose. Alright, I just want to check. And technically, since I'm already on good terms with them, almost every faction, I could just get this done easily. But I'm going to do the other option, which might be utilizing the other faction we were going to go with. Use one friend, use one that we're okay with terms with, to get rid of the Imperialists sort of deal. Sounds like a deal. We got to go with the Soul Spire to do this path. I want to see what how this works. I'm going to quick save here. And also, I can't actually start Avowed tonight, even if it did complete, because it actually just had an update, a hotfix today, to actually speed up to fix some things for the game in the first place. So even if we did finish this, like, I don't know, an hour or two from now, I'd have to do something else. If everything's okay with that, that should be good. I'll have to figure something out to do, though. Might have to do a roguelike or something, maybe. Or I could do Elden Ring. Hold on.
To your old pets, Watcher.
I don't know. Probably the Age of Empires stuff. Oh, speaking of Age of Empires, for those who are WoLo fans, I'm a WoLo player myself. Aztecs for the Age of Mythology finally confirmed. We also got some more Mesoamerican factions coming in 2026. AoE 4 and stuff, but I do wish there were actually more for AoE 1 and 3 so I can have some love too. But yeah, on that note though, let's go ahead and kick this off. I am doing a lot of quick saves because this can go multiple directions.
There you are. We're just about ready. You know, when I started working on all this, I didn't really think we'd end up using it for this kind of thing.
And funny
It
enough,
should be interesting at least.
this going with the VTC was the other option I had between the Hauna. I shared this in the last stream. You're certain you have the calculations right this time?
You'll spoil our luck asking questions like that. Ack, the plan. I will keep it short. Unfortunately for our friends in the Brass Citadel, there's an Adra pillar in the powder house. Used it for illumination, if you can believe it.
But yeah, VTC may also have some aspirations, but their also fault is their own money and greed. That'll be their own downfall too, so. Castel is also not perfect themselves because they resorted to freaking slavery. Anyway.
That your torch to the powder stores and everyone in there, yourself included, goes up in fire. So, I have a device for you. It will explode after a delay. Time enough for you to get clear of the blast.
I already do have something from the Hauna Queen, but sure.
From the explosive too far from the main stores, and they will isolate the blaze and save the tower. Too close, and you will have gone a long way to kill yourself. In any case, you will have to find your own way out. I won't be there to transport you back to the tower. You'd better be sure that you're ready. Right,
Let's get on with
so,
it.
one more thing. Don't get caught. And if you do get caught, make sure nobody's going to report seeing you. Whatever rests lightest on your conscience, Snake.
I do want to try and reduce the amount of casualties for obvious reasons. Zoti might be perfect for this, if everyone else can just stay stealthy.
Look for the pillar to the east in the Brass Citadel. Should be an easy jump after the others. Here we go.
Well, hopefully this time we don't run into Rimmergan, but yes. But Latte Oreo Spike, that actually sounds really darn good. Alright, so we infiltrated. Why do you guys have this? Quick saving. Right, so we're already on stealth. We're gonna turn that off. And we're not gonna be doing that. Where are you? Yeah, Honor Among Thieves is actually going to do something. If we have time, I'm actually going to do this side quest because there's something that's interesting for the Priest of Bareth. No witnessing, there we go. This is what we're trying to do. The Queen leaves the infiltration to my discretion, but there should be no witnesses to contradict the cover story. So don't screw it up, basically. Guys, it's up to... who's our highest stealth? Zodi 2. Aloth has our highest stealth. Aloth, you're the one who's gonna do it. I believe in you, Aloth.
Of course.
You're our... there's someone. We have powder mixer. Right, and we're supposed to look for something to plant this thing in, huh? The Luminous Adra, and then we have to escape out of here quietly. You're over there. Oh, we got someone else down there. Powder mixers. 2 powder mixers there. And we have, I'm guessing, another powder mixer over there? Don't get over there. And let me check the other one, because this is actually something I never did, because, as I stated before, I did... Right, I'm just double checking that I understand the quest chain. So, this is me doing something that I've never done before, because I chose the independent ending for the first playthrough. Don't see Aloth. Anything upstairs? Powder House lore. I think we gotta go down to the Powder House lore. I think. One, you can get back up. Move, move, move. Hey, Spirit, how goes it? We're doing some explosives. We're planting some explosives. Hey, Taffer Shadow, how goes it? We might potentially get the ending today, depending on how well this goes. But I don't have About set up, because it has an update that's incoming. Doing good, doing good. Actually tried out a new Tom Yum ramen. Oop. Incomprehensible cookies. Suitable place. Oh, good boy. Alright. But either way, it was a good ramen. Oh boy, so this is gonna be hard. Peanut butter cookies. Oh, I've actually made the peanut butter cookies. I still have to add images on stuff, but it is really good. Okay, so I need to put this somewhere, huh? Where do I put this? Do I put it in here? Yes, it is. Do any of us have the powder? How goes it, Plume? I need to pass shoutouts when I can. How am I to do this? I'm looking into what issues I run into running. Oh my god. Oh, Bulu actually got you into playing it. And you, Bulu, fucking Bulu got you into trying it. Nice. If you find any solutions, do let me know, Shadow. I do want to play that just for the hell of it in the future.
No trouble at all.
And thank you. Speaking of Bulu, we will be raiding the... Oh no. Where are you gonna go? Powder mixer, where are you going to go? Move it. Who you want shouted? The ones who do streaming here. You can go out if you want to. If you can, you don't have to do it if you're busy. But if you want to, just shout out the ones that are known streamers. Spirit Knife, Sunflower, Werewolf, Spike. On your own time, obviously. If you want, of course. I'll do some shouting when I can too. If you that's the last time you played. If you haven't already watched Spirit Knife, I highly suggest you do, and I already am gonna fail this.
Right there. The powder house is closed except to officers of the Royal Deadfire Company.
I screwed up. Anyway, as I was saying, I totally suggest following Spirit Knife, wholesome streamer, wholesome community, and Metroid music. Yes, I do have a lot of fun stuff in here. And well, Shadow got that covered. I do highly suggest checking out Spirit Knife. And also, bonus, Spirit Knife also really loves Cyberpunk, and they even have an OC. I would highly suggest if you do drop by their stream sometime, ask them about their OC. And hear about the wonderful lore of the character. Since Shadow did that one, I'm going to shout out... And also that video of... whatchamacallit. That video of the Cyberpunk 5th anniversary actually made me want to play it again. That one was Shadow, but either way, no problem. And if you haven't already followed Sunflower Werewolf, another wholesome streamer, and a wholesome community as well, I would highly suggest checking them out. And I think there's one more, Spike297 and all that stuff. But yes, wholesome community and all that stuff, and I need to deal with getting caught.
What are you doing here?
After all I've done, you don't trust me to look around. But as I was saying, wholesome community, and they play a lot of cozy games. You still don't... Oh, I'm actually on good terms with these guys. You still don't trust me to let me look around.
Fine. But no open flames in here, understand? And don't go downstairs.
Wait, was I in the wrong spot? Was I in the wrong... Oh, I was in the right spot. One moment. So I was in the wrong spot. I was supposed to go downstairs. And also, Plume, if you're here... Oh. I did share a little bit of the Age of Empires stuff. And I highly suggest checking out the news. There's going to be now Aztec civilizations, more Mesoamerican. At least GOG's version of Divine Divinity seems test-fine after putting some software rendering mode. Noted. Noted whenever I do start the Divinity series at some point. I'm probably going to do it in release order.
Yes?
It's going to be a while before I do, by the way. Okay, there's a guy down there. Yeah, we're having Aztecs and Age of Mythology.
I should write.
Oh, and speaking of Plume Mage, if you haven't already followed the Wholesomest Plume Mage, I highly suggest you do. They're playing a lot of games, and it's a very cozy environment, and they have wonderful little hats. I highly suggest you check out that Wholesome Sparrow Mage if you haven't already. Where do I put this thing? That's a powder mixer. And thank you, Shadow, for the shoutouts. Oh, and Anobius. Hey, Anobius, how goes it? Right now we're doing some crime. Trying to figure this out. Oh boy. But how's your day going, Anobius? So I'm trying to do some crime right now. Oh, no. trying to not get spotted while I do this. With people who are very bad at stealth. So this is going to go well. You guys should move up here. Aloth, you stay down here, buddy. You're gonna go ahead and leave. Right. I do hope your day is going well, Enobius. Where do I
Just a
put...
few hours between me and a tall mug of ale.
Put it there? No. Where do I put you? Oh, thank you for the stretch, Spike. Little kitties say hello, but they are resting right now on my bed. Going well, as but it is better seeing you guys. Aw, thank you, Enobius. I do hope you feel. Hope your day goes well either way.
I should write.
I will. I also put in the pin, but I will be having an hour short for the video. Nothing in here. An hour short for the video stream today because of the TGA. Because of TGA stuff, so. But I do have a raid target who will be covering the stream tonight, so. Already planned in advance. And plus, I do need to pay them back for the raids. Let me see. Where do I put this?
Tonight,
If you haven't already followed Spike, I highly suggest you do. Watching them experience their Kingdom Come Deliverance playthrough is actually making me remember what I loved about mine so far. I'm still in Act 2, and Spike is already beating me already. So I need to catch up at this rate.
Yes?
Where do I put this thing? Definitely not in there. Yep, Spike is in here. Noted, I've never done this quest line before. So I'm trying to... Is it in there?
Someplace. Good.
Is this where I put the darn thing? In here? Ah, place the explosive. Yes. Let's get out. Aloth, time for you to run. Oh, guys?
Just a
Guys?
few hours between me
I
and
wonder.
Where did
how
Aloth,
she's going the kids are. I should write.
What's happening? Why are we moving? Why were we moving over there?
Gladly.
I'm so confused. Aloth, we gotta get out. We gotta move, Aloth, fast. Because that's gonna explode if we're not fast enough here.
Everything in order?
I would recognize that fart among all. Quick saving. Quick saving and get the hell out now.
As you wish.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, what was that? Sneak, let's sneak, let's sneak. I already saved, don't worry. Thank you for the heads up, though. And like nothing even happened. We weren't even there. So, if we do finish this today, I am going to show my first ending 2 to see what you see of the world state of that. And also, some things we didn't get in the slides that we're not going to get in the slides for this. Hey, we did it! And we didn't screw up. I mean, I'm gonna hate that I killed some people, but you know, they're kind of just trying to...
Does one possess the
No, I'm not. Where am I? Why am I in the city streets? And I'm gonna lose Maya now. Oh. Hold on here. So, over here's a fun one. We have... good old Wodika, who wants to always comment on everything we do. I had lingering hopes that the brute force and black powder would bring the Deadfire to heal and compel the mortals to work together. You've dashed those hopes efficiently. Prioritized powder heist is destroyed, and as usual, I am proven correct. Compromise between mortals is impossible. Cannons don't start conversations, they only end them. How very astute. The Royal Deadfire Company is a ruthless bunch, but they adhere to maritime law. Their example could have imposed order to the lawless frontier. They're also imperialists. Oh, what's up? I think another streamer I know followed you yesterday. I don't think you'll like her if you don't know her. I won't put her... Oh, I know I got a random follow out of the blue. I saw that. Don't worry about it. Anyway, continuing on. I'm like, oh, a random follow. But I'm not gonna out anything that follows are anonymous here. Anyway, had Aethys never inflicted such disorder on the region, we might one day notice a peaceful dead fire. Think on that.
If you desire answers, look no further. I have several.
I'll check them out, though.
Wodika nods stiffly.
There we go. Yeah, we already talked to Wodika. Wodika wants us to work with the sort of imperialist-inspired fellas. Because, you know, this is classic Wodika. Okay, so we're going back to... We can't go back to Kahanga Palace. What's going on up here?
Neck.
Wodika making you do... No, we don't align with Wodika, but... Wodika is, interesting. Oh! Gotcha. Oh, here we are. I misread that. The throne room echoes with nervous muttering as we just sneak in here. A few heads turn in response to your entrance, but most attention is fixed on the assemblage. Doing good. Brain did a brain moment there, but yeah, I misread that. I'll check them out. Anyway. Where anxious-looking Valiant stands flanked by guards.
1,000 swoles he offered me. I should have charged 10 times that.
Payment for igniting Rawatai's stockpile of black powder. Do we have that correct, Andakio?
It is so, Highness.
Onakeza slowly turns to Director Castel, her expression unreadable. What's going on here?
You arrive in good time, I say. After one confession and before another still to come. Director, you stand between Wodika's justice and Tangaloa's open mouth. Has the time come to amend your statement?
With respect, Your Highness, these charges are absurd. If that man is being paid, it is not from my pocket.
You expect us to believe that? This reeks of gutless Valian subterfuge.
I mean, we did just take their portal, but yeah, anyway.
Peace, Hazanui. I invited the Watcher here as a witness, and I dare anyone to find a more credible source.
Don't mind us just randomly sneaking right now. By the way, we do have ads incoming.
Watcher, please state your name for the Kahanga court.
Alyssa, Your Highness.
Did you witness the explosion at the Brass Citadel?
Witness it? Highness, I lit the fuse myself. I did, Your Highness.
Akira, then it is as I told our guests before.
Then let's get on with it. I want to know what the Watcher saw.
This is madness. Queen Onakaza, I would never do anything to threaten the peace between our people.
Did kind of just try to do this. Oh, hold on. I just had to check some DMs. All right.
Worry not, Hazanui. Under this roof, facts are the coin of the realm. Tell us what you saw, Watcher.
Andikio and the Director Castel. Doesn't it screw them over. I also don't want them to be that bad either. I do. Oh boy, this is a tough call. Can I quick save? Oh boy. Well, we do have a quick save, so I'm gonna say because I started it. I witnessed the explosion because I started it. Castel blinks owlishly behind his spectacles, his mouth dropping open. He turns to his queen. I have a quick save because I have never done this before. Oh, yeah, add lands of pain.
You idiot.
Oh, I guess that's a bad choice.
Esteemed dignitaries, this was not how I...
Step aside, Director. Your trial is at an end, I say.
Let's not be too hasty.
Watcher, the time for negotiation has passed. We could have done so much more for each other. Such a waste. Aruihi, I call on you as my headsman.
Well, okay, I guess I don't do that choice. Good to know.
Try not to scream as you pass through Tangaloa's jaws. It will go faster.
Not so fast, boy. The Watcher's mine. This is for my brothers and sisters.
Well, at least we know not to do that choice. Hey guys! Well, I want to reload the save where I actually didn't do that. There we go. Looks like I do have to get them on our bad side, I guess. Alright, I just want to see, like, I do want to actually make sure, you know, that we're gonna be okay, but looks like I do have to deal with that. But all good, don't worry about it, Anobius. I got what you meant. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go through the book again. Let's go ahead. Go through all this again. Bye, Boudica. Quick save again, now that I know not to do that.
When the wheel has
So I do have to make my friends at Valiant Trading Company do not like me, is what I'm hearing here. Good to know, good to know. At least now I know that. I just want to see, like, oh, what would happen if I just say, I did the explosives? No, everyone's gonna hate me. I mean, I kind of figured something like that would happen, but you know. Here we go again.
It is so, Highness.
Say nothing.
You expect peace has Watcher. Please state your name for the Kahanga court.
I mean, I already said it, so everyone here knows my name already.
If we're done comparing cocks, can we get on with the trial?
What are you doing? Shall we continue then? Did you witness the explosion at the Brass Citadel?
I did, Your Highness.
Then let's get on this.
Woreen, tell us what you saw, Watcher.
Alright, looks like we have to do this choice. I saw Indikio in Director Castell's office. I followed him to the Brass Citadel, but it's too late to stop him.
What? No, that's not. This is some manner of jest.
Done comparing chickens.
Watcher, tell her.
I knew it! Release this snake to me, Queen. I want to see Rawatayan justice done.
That will be enough, Hazanui. This was an attack on my city, and it falls to the Hauna to judge the sentence.
I mean, we're totally gonna forget that I just reversed time to actually do the correct choice here.
No, you cannot do this. The Songretta, the Republics will...
Considering the disgraces on your head, I say not even the Republics will bother to defend you. You are to be stripped of rank and sent to the gullet for your remaining years.
Hello, Loki.
May the bowels of Tangaloa scour the taint of guilt from your soul.
GOG Divine Divinity main menu and intro scene to work without any tweaks beyond ship setting tools. And the Loki says hello to chat. Though I think the intro video uses different resolution from what I've set the game to, so it might cause issues when streaming. Then that's probably going to be an off-stream thing.
What? You cannot be serious.
That's interesting. So Castell gets screwed over regardless of who you side with in that one. Well, that sucks.
An ugly business, I say, but it is done.
Done? I've still got dead to bury and a district to rebuild. This is just the beginning for me.
You are entitled to some recompense, Hazanui. The Director's holdings rightfully belong to you.
That'll certainly get me started.
Sagani.
Giving Loki pets right now.
Then the matter is resolved.
Can I pet him anyway?
It's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
If I even said that. Just as well, Oxy, you'd say
One
nothing.
hopes we can rely on your testimony in the future, should the need arise.
Well, looks like about to follow up, but I do want
After so
to be...
much struggle, it was a moment's work to cripple a nation.
It was my honor to serve,
And
Highness.
well-mannered. Akira, we are nicely paired in these dark times. Join me in the garden. I would speak of our future in detail.
Well, can we get out of stealth finally? And also... we now also are going to lose 2 companions after this, too. But let's go back upstairs and go follow up. Because now I can actually just go to the ending. But whew, they may give you some tough choices here. On one end, if I did one of the other factions, one would include assassinating the queen. What was the other one? Pirates would, I think, just get a specific ship and just take, whatchamacallit, Well, we're going to be doing that in the future, so I'm not going to go too much into that one. What was it? Valiant Trading Company we just saw. We just did the same thing there. The only difference is I'd have to see them first.
The Valiant serpent has lost its head. The Rowatayan shark its teeth. We have made it too costly for either of them to tarry in the dead fire.
And obviously I'm trying to keep that as much spoiler-free as I can here.
I would not be so confident. A wounded behemoth is often the most dangerous.
The trials ahead will make this seem the scattering of toy soldiers. But in the eyes of history, your work will be the death knell of their incursion.
Hold on, need to reply to something for the Skyrim bingo. There we go. Oh, and also, what is it? I forgot to mention, since that is on the topic, Skyrim Bingo is on the Saturday the 13th at 3 p.m., going for 3 hours. So, just a heads up, it is with 9 other streamers, so it'll be wild. And I am Rusty, it has been, what is it, 10 years, and viewers, bonus, if you play Skyrim, you can help if you want. Or screw me over. Your choice.
We are united in the search for Ukaizo. You will go with the full support of the Crown, after Aethys and the homeland of the Hauna.
The only exploits I will ever use in that game that I've recalled is the bucket method, and that's the only thing I know.
When my people know their past, their future will soon follow.
Are we ready for the final push to Ukaizo, as I'm petting my kitty right now?
Once we have the support of the Wahaki, my canoes will stand against any trading company ship.
Very well, but aren't I already got the support of the Wahaki? Didn't I already get the Wahak Fruitful Alliance? No, I actually... Oh, I have to go back... Oh, right. Right, I forgot about that. Alright, we gotta go to Oreo Nikoi. I forgot to do that. Well, we're gonna do that real quick first. Well, we got what we wanted. And then we're gonna get our letters from our friends we lost along the way. Because they... 2 companions are tied to each faction. Well, technically 3 if you count Kana with us in here. Or not Kana. Takehu in here with us. Wrong fella I'm thinking of. If you count Takehu, that's 3 faction fellas you can lose, depending on your choices. I think if you side with the pirates, oh, no, wait, there's also Seraphim. 4. What the hell was that? Console hot. Anyway. Takazui. I want that PC core to exist so bad. Or that PC decompilation project to work. We're gonna leave. I really want to play some Banjo-Kazooie on 60 FPS.
You call.
Alright, so once we get to the ship... And that is something we could do afterwards. Thinking about it. Again, Avowed has an update, so I can't really start my character until... If we do finish this today within... Before TGA Game Awards, if we do... Which is actually, the ending sequence isn't that long. And yes, I know I have skipped some things. I know, right? So there are some things I did skip in this. For example, where is it? Right here. There's a quest out here that we will see in the ending slide. I'm going to point this out. I didn't do it because I do also want some things off stream for folks who do want to play the game. Because I do actually, while I'm also playing the game, I do want people to get interested in maybe even try the game for themselves in the future, because I do love the series. Some things I skip, let me see. Where was it? I haven't done everything up here. There's a few things I can do up there if I wanted to. And yes, they are. What is it? I think I didn't do too much of this island. I did everything in Tikawara, I did everything over there. They are only destroying... I know, I heard about the Perfect Dark thing, just breaks me so sad too. You received a message from Pelagina. Pelagina Mesrai, Frema Guana du Fremas Erigo. I regret to inform you due to your recent actions Recent hostile actions, I am obligated to return to my superiors and give them full accounting. I will not be returning. If you have any concerns, okay, got it. Put in stash. I know, I lost some crewmate. We'll see actually who we lost. Yep, we lost Pelagina, and we lost... And we also lost Maya. Again, makes sense, because they belong to both those factions we just betrayed. There is one way you can keep them, but that's the ending I have back in my independent ending. Which you can do, which is what I chose because I actually do care for those companions. The Obsidian companions are just perfect, to me at least. Okay, there we are. We're gonna go back here again. Anybody knows about Diddy Kong Racing? I heard of it, but I haven't played it. Wait, no. Have I played it? I may have played it. Maybe rented it back in the day. But yeah, on that note though, it's also going to be earlier. It's for the Skyrim stream. It's also going to be very early. It's going to be at 3 p.m. for the Skyrim thingy. The Skyrim bingo. If you do that, let me know, Clum. I would actually love to watch you play it. We're just going to go through here. This is the place where, whatchamacallit. If you do. Otherwise, if you can just go ahead and share screenshots in the Discords that we all share. Here we go. Back into here. But if I do actually manage to finish this today, that'll leave a vow for Monday. I do already have an idea. Oh, gotcha. I do have a character, or an idea for the character already set up, so... Let's go over here.
I will hear you, outsider.
Queen Ozakeda proposed an alliance with the Wahaki.
Tell Onakaza that the Wahaki accept her authority. If the time comes when she needs to show foreigners the breadth of her power, we will be there.
And there we are, that's done now. Now we have to go all the way back down to the Queen. I should have done this a long time ago. But yeah, so Avowed is not going to happen tonight if I do actually finish this. Like, if it gets done quickly, if I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll have to figure something else out to play after that. There we go. But it could do something for my roguelike roulettes. We'll see. We shall see. Still figuring that part out. But yeah, Avowed just randomly had an update today, just as I was like thinking like, is it gonna be done today? But nope, an update is blocking my way. I could do it, but it's literally 56 gigs of an update, which is going to take a while. So I think I'll have to save that for Monday. Let's see. Oh right, hold on. We do have some things that we can do in here. That alternative path. Where is it? Nekatak. There it is. There we go. Going to Nekataka. Where are we going? Why are we going this way? There we go. I was just confused on the pathing here. But yeah, gonna show this ending and also the independent ending. Right, now we go back here. You are traveling? Oh no, not again. I kind of expected this. It was going so peaceful. Group of kit, detach. Up, here we go again. Who are you? Why do you bar my path? Here we go again. Guys, why do you need a fight? Let me guess, is it another one of those Woodican fellas again in Sky Knights? Or is it somebody else this time? Who is it this time? Or is it Royal Deadfire Company or Valiant? Magronite? Now it's... Why are you... Now it's Magronites.
Happy to oblige.
Guys, you need to work on your followers and why they want to keep sabotaging me everything along the way.
This cannot last, you know.
Man, the gods are a pain sometimes. The gods are a pain, fickle pain sometimes. Yeah, this could work.
What do you need?
Adair, you're gonna need to help him out.
Take that.
Corvid's Bounty. Also, that's a crow sword, by the way. Bloom.
You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
I take it the goal is to game to kill opponents, become powerful, you can save the world. In this, your goal is to stop prevent what Aothas is trying to do. But that's one of the goals you're trying to do. Because after doing the first game, you discover the gods are nothing but a facade, literally. They're an old civilization which sacrifices their own citizens to turn themselves all into certain gods. That summed up at least a little bit from the lore of the first game. There is a lot of lore in the first game to cover, so
I'm here.
that's all I'll say there. But I do love the lore, and even despite the gods being fickle and sometimes royally annoying as hell, I still love the game's lore and universe, including the gods. Yes, that goes for you too, Wodaka.
That's it.
Even though you are really... Anyway.
Happy to oblige.
Zoti. I don't know. Hold on. Pop that. Zote. No, that should do fine for you, Zoti. But let's just say there's a lot of lore in the universe.
At your service.
There we are.
Yes.
But yes, that is one of the ways. Brute force can be a method in this game, if you choose to. You can be a literal pirate and literally pillage and just take everything for yourself if you really wanted to in this game.
Just like that.
It has everything for everyone. But yeah, and also good writing to boot too. Personally.
What is it?
Personally speaking.
Aye.
Oh no, I'm afraid. Let's try something. So close. Nope.
Yours to command, Captain.
Let's summon your water double.
Stop that.
I'm knocked out. I'm terrified right now. What am I supposed to do? Alright, you're dead. Take care of the acolyte over here. My question is, what do these guys want?
Huh? Got it. Oh, good.
I'm trying to stop the problem that they're not trying to do. All the gods want to stop Aothas, and yet their acolytes are blocking the way. Silly gods. Alright, well, thanks again for that nobody asked for. Let's see what they have. We had hastily this missive. This is the same one, Craftsman and Izia. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna see about this Craftsman Izia person. This is the second time this happened. I'm very curious on what the heck's going on. First they sent acolytes of something, but they keep doing this. What's going on in Pariki's Overlook here? I want to find out. You hear it down a nearby alley. Nearby streets, armored footfalls. A glance around the corner reveals aging meadow folk and a dear wooden noble. Hold on, I'm just reading through it. Lamplight glints from the rings on his fingers and chains around his thin neck. Damnation, I told you, incompetence, that this was not the right street. The words slurred, as if the man's tongue is too heavy for his mouth. Several men and women, all too heavily armored for the climate, accompanied the man. Apologies, master, if we— Shut up, fool! By Magran's flame, is it always this hot? I pay 1,000 dukes for another drink. I wonder if this is the fellow behind everything. Approach the group. One of the guards, this is not the safest streets, perhaps. It's your job to keep me sharp, not prattle on like a schoolmarm. At your approach, one of the guards puts a gauntleted hand on the man's shoulder, but he twists out from under it. Finally, someone with a thought in their head. He pads towards you, gesturing in broad swipes, as whilst at the arms as he speaks. These imbeciles have gotten us entirely lost. Can you point us to the way to Queen's Birth, was it? Baton greetings, me lord. The man smiled broadly. Ah, lady of culture and beauty. Okay. The pleasure is mine, madam. He bows deeply. He blinks. By the flame, you're the Watcher of Caed Nua, aren't you? I attended your court once, Lord Belmer of Echo Bay. He laughs, to find you here of all places. He scratches his head. I thought you died. Your money or life? No, it's fine. I got better. Clearly. Give the noble directions. Good luck, we only have 4. Hey, good job. Adair gives the man his guards clear, concise directions. You have my sincerest gratitude. Thanks for... Okay, at least we didn't have to do another battle. What's going on out here? What is this fellow who keeps sending random god acolytes at me? I need to figure this out before we finish up. This is the second time this happened. Right, this is... Craftswoman Assizia. Craftswoman Assizia. Alright, Assizia, where are you and why do you keep sending these fellows after me? Dark Cupboard. Assizia. Assizia, where are you, Assizia? Assizia, where are you, Assizia? Well, it's definitely not you. Ifers Raymond's, Assizia. Craftswoman Assizia, where are you? Nope. You know, I have the wiki open. I'm gonna look this up really quick, because I am curious why this keeps happening. Hold on. Maybe that's how... You might be wrong. Assizia. Where are you? Ah, here we are. Ah. Why are you sending mercenaries at me? Mari's Metalwork. That's where they're hiding. Alright. Oh, someone did Gamba. Okay, anyway. Let's go. You're over in the Metalworks. You're right down here. But also, you might be right about that, Anobius. Trying to see what the heck this is about. And also grab some loot I missed, apparently. I just want to see what the heck this is about. Random shirt in a barrel. Alright. And Loki just got back to lay on the bed. Sweet little kitty. Alright, what do you want?
You've got something shiny for me, friend.
The dwarf moves closer, and the air around you is thick with oil and metal shavings. Excuse me. Oh, she dips one hand into your pockets and frowns, coming up empty. She brazenly opens the mouth of your pack and peers inside. Excuse me, what are you doing?
Ordinary inspection. Don't you worry, I'm a professional. Everyone gets a turn. You keep a dream journal too? No need to blush. This one's tame compared to mine.
Her eyes widen.
Strange bit of metal. What else have we got?
Why are you looking through my pack?
What's this? Some kind of fang you stole off a critter? Now, isn't this an odd trinket? You've got quite the collection of odd metals. Give me a little time. I wager I could knock something together out of all of this.
I got waylaid by some assassins who mentioned you by name.
Did they, now? Well, lots of folks know me. And lots of folks aren't entirely nice. But you should know all about that, seeing as you look ready for a fight.
Why are you curious about all my belongings?
Promise you won't laugh. All I remember is a woman opened this satchel and gave me 3 pieces of dark metal. Told me that she had lost them, but that if I kept my eyes open, they'd be found again one day.
And funny enough, I don't think I've ever done this quest line in my first playthrough either. I don't even think I ever got those encounters with the random fellows attacking.
When I got my hands on them, I was to bring the pieces together and get a prize for my troubles. Isn't that a strange calling? I was just a girl when I had that dream, but it stuck with me like hagfish to the roof of my mouth. So if you find any unusual metals, you bring them to me first, yeah?
Oh, that's what you do. Can you craft anything from my equipment?
Won't know until we've had a closer look.
Her eyes wide and oh.
You've got quite the collection.
Hold on, let me see what I get out of here. Right. Interesting. Oh, you're a character for Seeker Slayer Survivor. That's what you are. Alright, well.
Give me a little time. I wager
Well, for now, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and go see the Queen. We'll be back in a moment. And we're back. And we are back. Alright, well, who knows what that's about? Let's go ahead and continue what we were doing. Hello, back. Thank yous. I'm Plume. Hello, Plume. I hear that you're a legend in some places. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and go out to here. And then we're gonna go see the Queen. And then I think we're good for the ending sequence. It's your turn. I am Conan. I'm a part of a library that's displaced and all that stuff. I'm not very good at introductions. Anyway. Since I can't do it for Spike for now. Oh. And I also meow. Speaking of, meow. Let's go ahead and see Queen Oz.
My scouts tell me that you sail from Oriokoiki.
I don't have Hug set up yet. Or, I don't even know how to set up Hug. Anyway.
Do the Wahaki pay the crown obeisance in whatever eccentric form suits them?
You can look forward to the Wahiki support when the need arises.
You have united the
Thank you, Broom.
Oh. Limb.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Thank you for the redeems. Well, I'm just trying to think of something right now.
Kaizo looms on the horizon, bringing the past with the future. Together, we will show the Hauna how to cross it.
So, the reason I also decided to side with the Hauna thing in this playthrough, though, Plume the Legend.
Say so.
I feel quite hungry.
I cannot wait till I actually jump into that game in the future. Anyway, as I was saying, the reason I sided with the Hauna this playthrough, because this is natively their archipelago. This is basically kind of the story and all that stuff, and the lore and all that stuff is kind of like a... kind of represents the early colonialism of the Americas and all that stuff with... and... of the British to Americas and all that stuff, Spanish, yada yada. And heck, even one of the factions is inspired by the East Indian Company, I believe, but still. So basically, with you go with the Hauna, you side with the natives, basically. Sort of deal. Or basically the people who actually hold the place. And also, who are very much lore nerds, you are more than correct. You are more than happy to correct me in the comments on the VOD side or in chat at the Twitch stream. I am not by no means perfect on the lore. There are some questions and theories even I don't know on this lore, this universe myself.
I have always known that Ukaizo was no myth.
So, and I'm still actually reading through all this stuff. This one's actually...
Just as I knew that Nagati's chosen would...
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. And also on my first independent playthrough, I sided with none of them because I saw back at the time when I first did this, bickering of the factions between each other, more like just bickering of the gods. It was very interesting dialogue with Wodaka on that. I can maybe get that back up. He nods to Ona Kaiza, wearing a uncertain frown, and simply waits for the moment to pass.
Take the helm of your ship, Captain. My fleet will follow, and water shapers will clear the way through Andra's mortar. And the enemy's fleet, if it comes to that. May Amira's feather grant you favorable wind, and may Tangaloa open its jaws to our enemies.
There we go. And technically, and now we got the achievement for the, whatchamacallit, for the Hauna pet questline. But yeah, basically, it's kind of like a story of the early colonialism and all that stuff. It's very interesting. Which makes me curious what they're going to do with the third game, if there is going to be a third game. And I should definitely, before doing anything... Pirates, there is pirates. Yes, you can actually go into complete piracy faction side if you wanted to. I wouldn't say that's the best ending, but I might have an evil character, who knows, in the future, after I take a break from CRPGs and go just pure evil playthrough. I don't have any idea for that in the future right now. I have to build a character for that, like I did with Ron Swansong. Let me at least go out into the sea, though. I will say, though, I will do that one of the quest chains in here that's interesting with the Priest of Barath. After the ending, obviously. So, hold on. Now I'm going to put a save here. This is going to be ending save. Ending sequence. There. We already have the other DLC, the other save. Now we just go up here. Let's go. I think we actually can do the ending. Okay, I'm gonna check something I was following. But yes, Bloom, you're a legend in my eyes. So is Anobius. And so is Spike too. But yeah, I'm not gonna do the legendary bosses. Some things I'm also probably not even good at either myself that I build. But yeah, anyway, here we are. There's plenty of ocean to sail, many lands to explore, but what lies ahead dwarfs them all. Should you choose to sail on, you expect there will be no return. No, you, Plume. But not to the Deadfire, you can be no return. Not to the
Conan is a cutie pie, and so is everyone watching.
No, you, Gabby. Thank you, Gabby. Anyway, continue forward. You set course through the uncharted lands into uncharted turbulent seas. Andra's mortar rages on the horizon, in a vast wall of roiling clouds and rain, punctuated by silver flicker of lightning. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna change something in the stream info. Hauna ending. Spoilers! Let me just put that on there first. There, just to make sure that anyone who wants to see that now has that. Okay. The wind pushes against you as if whatever lies beyond from the Defiance approach. I have decided that anyone having TTS redeems, I must compliment chat. I do approve of this. Meanwhile, I make cursed, whatchamacallit, toddler in some channels. Ask Vordy or Elder about that. Anyway, the Defiant leads the fleet, crashing through turbulent waters like an axe through armor. God's alive, Bottle mutters, staring up at the storm. A cheek blinks at the blackening sky. He knew an old salt once who claimed the mortar was on the edge of the world. I called him a fool. Now, though? The navigator's head shakes sadly. Now I ain't so certain. No, it's not under discussion yet, Plume. But there... Oh, okay. Hope your headache feels better, Gabby. It's not under discussion, but it's not off the table, from what I've remember. All I know is that right now... Tim Kaine was brought into Obsidian. That's all we have. We don't have no confirmation whether they're actually in development on it. That's all we have right now. But the community is thinking that maybe because of the whatchamacallit, Tim Kaine news, that since his work with Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, that maybe they're working on a Pillars 3. That maybe. Josh Sawyer, the gang together, everything working together. The ones who made Pillars 1 and 2 all working together again, making a Pillars 3. That sort of thing. But that's, again, what people are speculating. We have no idea what they're doing. So, Pillars fans, and also there's also speculation about another Fallout New Vegas kind of thing too. So there's a lot of things. Shit, Captain, one of the hands cries. Hostile vessels inbound. Oh boy. Is it because of the mild success of Avowed? I also had some discussion on Elder Screen. The reason it had a mild success is mostly because of the advertising. I personally enjoyed Avowed, but I had to actually realize that it was not anything like an Elder Scrolls game, and that made me have more enjoyment of the series, of the game. They kind of screwed up their advertisement on that, and so the fault lies with leadership and marketing trying to push it as something it's not. In fact, we'll see that on, I guess, Monday, how this is going for my Avowed character, Kulsk. So, my only complaint with Avowed, the lore and the universe, the lore and the writing, it's Pillars. It doesn't touch too much. It fringes on some things of the lore, but by fringes, I mean it's touching on some of the thing, but it's not making hard things like, say, what we're dealing with in Pillars 1 and 2. But it does add some things to the lore as well. I personally enjoyed Avowed, though, because it does actually have one thing that it does add to the lore, which I won't touch on until we get to it, when we get to it. And that's going to be towards Act 2 and 3. Anyway, continue. Oh, wait, hold on. With a shake of head, Bodo emits a grim chuckle. It's supposed to be too much to ask to be let alone out here. It'd be too much to ask to be let alone out here. I personally liked it. What I did actually enjoy is that, I'll read this in a moment. What I did enjoy is thinking it more like a Dark Messiah Might and Magic. Especially if you go Magic, because Magic system in Avowed is a lot of freaking fun. You can mix and match your elements, do multiple things in there. You can use it for parkouring. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun. I love the Magic system in Avowed. Thank you. Thank you, Anobius. I appreciate it. You two, you again, by the way. But yeah. But while I say it's worth the $70 asking price, for me, yes. Because I'm a freaking sucker for this universe. But for someone who's just looking to get into the universe, it's a good stepping stone, but I wouldn't grab it at the full asking price, if you get that point. I still do love Avowed, but I'm just saying it. 70 price may also not be an affection too. You'll understand when we get to it. It does actually have some groundwork of the Pillars universe you can go to before you jump into these games. Okay, anyway, back to reading. The cross cannons of the Royal Deadfire Company flutter and crack atop the mass of approaching warships. Each vessel bristling with heavy guns. The approach fleet numbers at least many ships as your own, maybe more. Bodo frowns against the wind. The fleet's turning, Captain, setting their guns to port against the enemy. The hands look at you for their stations. The crew stands ready. Let them fight it out. I mean, they did say they were going to help us out. Take us into that storm. The deck presses against your feet as a defiant thunder cannon vying through. Your ship straightens in the bow. You lurch at the board. Yep. You grab the raft of someone going overboard. Beneath you, just below the surface, swims an immense creature. It moves toward the battle, water curling back like parted skin. On either side of the beast reveal monstrosity not of flesh, but of slick Adra and gleaming metal. The surface of the water then bursts, and with a roar crash of the surf, a dragon explodes in the water. A familiar scale from... Oh, that dragon. I can't pronounce it, but it's the fellow we freed from the... It's the fellow we freed from the Water Shaper Guild. Wings outstretched just above the white-tipped waters before spraying its briny breath over the metallic monster. The monstrosity turns on the sea dragon, and they slam into one another, tearing at each other with tooth and fang. Essence pours off the pair as they pound one another with their abilities point blank. Akik gapes. Sweet, merciful Andra, I was not expecting that. Mess that bastard up, shouts Arana. The hand turns back, pointing. Did you see that? We've got a goddamn dragon. Go now while we hold the attention of these beings. The dragon's voice echoes in your thoughts. Our debts are cleared, Watcher. Bodil turns from the carnage. Captain, we might not get another chance. Aothas threatens everything and everyone you know. Whatever you love, whatever you hold sacred, we're here to save it. Bodil nods, striding forward. Not one of us took this commission thinking we'd be heroes, but here we are. Let's show this oversized squall our true mettle. Andra's mortar looms before you and above you, dominating the whole world. Rain begins to fall. Storm of Andra's mortar encompass the visible horizon. Hurricane winds roar like an imprisoned beast, blowing with enough force to warp the very seas. Past the curtain of rain above the swell of the waves, you can barely perceive the outline of colossal Aedra pillars. Deep in concentration, the water shapers at the prow of your ship mirror a complex series of stances. Prayers to Ngati begin as whispers rise into songs bellowed in a unified voice. Matching the intensity of a storm, the sea responds with hesitation, sending up the occasional splash of water in protest. You begin to wonder if your allies are equipped to stand against the relentless fury of Andra's mortar. And the very storm yields to their will. Wave after wave rises and swells into the assumed shape. First a wall, then an arch, forming a perfect curve, with projects deeper into the storm. One of the water shapers sends up a call, the other makes a finishing gesture in a fluid motion, clapping their hands and extending their plans, solidifying their work. The tunnel remains intact. Your allies send up a congratulatory cheer as your ship crosses under the canopy of the sea. They fall silent as the distant shape stands out in the horizon. You pause to appreciate in turn a sight that no mortal has glimpsed in 1,000 years. The lost city of Ukaizo. Jay, if this is a heads up, I know you haven't played Pillars of Eternity 2, but this is spoiler territory. Ornate spires reach up from the island, hinting at the city, so just saying you might want to mute the stream or, you know, just giving a heads up for you, Jay. Not all Ukaizo was weathered in Milidia with equal grace. Other structures jut and lean out the surrounding shallows, making the water around the island impossible by ship. But that is if you're avoiding spoilers. Otherwise, we're continuing on. We resolve to take a skiff to the rest of the way. Oh, and thank you, Shadow, for the shout-out, for shouting Jay out. If you haven't already followed Jay, I highly suggest you do. Jay is a wholesome streamer. They're also a Pillars of Eternity fan. I am hyped for whenever they actually do play Pillars of Eternity on stream, but I highly suggest challenge them if you haven't already. Oh, that's right, because... Right, so fun thing is, if I was doing the independent ending, this fella we would have fought about. That's interesting, but instead we have to probably fight these guys. Yep, let's go, guys. Alright, I guess not. There we are. Go, my spirits.
Yours to command, Captain.
Summon your clone first. Aloth. Pop that. Adair. Since we're fighting one right now, you're gonna go over here.
Need something stronger.
And also, without, for those who want to avoid spoilers, I'm gonna go into a little spoiler territory now. This is one of the cities that actually the Gwethans were also a part of as well back in the day. One of the many cities the gods used to... Actually, I think this is the city the gods used to make all the sacrifice to turn themselves into gods. I think. Again, I could be very wrong on that.
Oh?
But in case I'm right, that's spoiler territory. We'll save the call to clutch. Hold on. Interrupt you. Never mind.
You have my attention.
We already have that done. Hold on, can I do this right?
Happy to oblige.
Zoti here, knock him down.
Hogwash!
Or don't. Let me see. And this is... Wait, these guys are vessels, aren't? Yes, they are. I think these guys are vessels. I think. I could be wrong on that.
What?
No, I was very, 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 very wrong on that. All right.
Right on target. Yours to command, Captain.
All right, so no. Let's pop that. Hold on. Thought I heard something, but it was something else. All right, just had to check on something. Let me see. Well, Zodi hits like a truck there. Good job, Zodi.
Hi.
Aloth, what can we do for you? Nope, that didn't work. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's not gonna work either. You nailed two cool things in one fell swoop. Mage, much like a mage of legend. Haha. Oh no. Aloth, no!
Spell speak.
Aloth, no! Aloth's going floating. Darn it, one job.
What say?
Happy to oblige.
Zodi here. Summon more of your clones again.
I'm here.
And move. This fella just randomly grabbing poor Zodi there. And also Tlum does, I do agree.
Darkness flows and the light wanes.
You'll be fine, Zodi. It's just a flesh wound. Can we knock you down? Yes, we can. There we are.
Happy to oblige.
Zodi here, heal up. Hold on.
This indignity will not go unanswered.
Just double checking something here. Probably we still got that on. Probably worth popping that over there. That watery dope. At least Conan didn't heal the third large anime statue in combat before my combat like my D&D party. That sounds horrifying. By the way, Shadow. I'm gonna pop this on us.
What?
The green pond, that green pond, lick it. You mean these, the pillars on the area out here?
Stronger.
You talking about the Aether pillars? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, they're filled with soul energy, so... It's probably gonna taste something. Let's put it that way.
Your bones will makes no difference.
Well, after we're not dealing with bosses that are gonna kill us right now. Yeah, we were locked in a puzzle room, and when we locked the door, large statues on the side. One statue had a leg that had oh no. I think I see where this is going. Tastes like rust and battery acid. Probably not far off from what it actually tastes like. Interrupted. Jerk. Oh, they were vessels. That's intriguing.
I'm on it. I need something stronger.
At least you're focusing on the water double.
Damn the latte.
This fella does not like Zodi. I wonder, are you weak to lightning? You are, maybe.
Yeah.
That water double has been completely useless so far. Good job, Zodi. So the bard asked my druid to help fix the leg, and as he figured it'd be friendlier if we fixed it. Spoiler alert, it wasn't friendly. Isn't that usually how it goes, sadly? I'm sure it was funny, though.
That's it.
As, Plume says.
Sure. Oh, that's the stuff.
I forgot I had the talking sword. Anyway.
Yes, Captain.
Probably pop that on you again. Zodi, do the thing. Zodi, I didn't mean literally, but thank you, Zodi.
Yes?
I wasn't meaning literally, but you know what? I'll take it. Thank you, Zodi. Yeah, the swords definitely take some adjustment. I do admit, though, it is a funny little sword you can have. Just some random dialogue that you think your watcher would do or something, or potentially do.
Captain.
Just some random things.
Happy to oblige.
You know what to do, Zodi. Never mind, Zodi. You know what to do, Zodi. Never mind, Zodi. Oh no.
Just like that.
What do you need?
Adair, we need you, man. No.
Let's try again.
Aloth's being grabbed, and Aloth almost died.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
How may I help?
Try again, Aloth. Poor Aloth was grabbed. Let's go ahead and pop this.
Curses.
Yeah.
Still gotta get rid of you, buddy.
What is it?
Hit. Adair, hit. Or don't.
Aye.
Yes, Captain.
There we are. One more skyward kick, maybe. Never mind. We are struggling with this one, let me tell you. One fella just randomly kicks us.
What do you need?
What a jerk. Oh, now you hit him. Thank you, Adair. Took long enough, Adair. And you're still missing.
Yes, Captain. Watch me. It makes no difference.
These fellows are really long, really big tanks, so of course this is going to be the long one. There was going to be a third, there's going to be a third critter in here if we actually did something else, though. There we are.
It's not supposed to happen.
It's up to you, Zoti, I guess? Maybe? Nope.
No one noticed that, right? Happy to oblige.
No, Zoti does not have enough mortification. Nope. Do the anguish.
Huh?
Hey, that worked.
Sure.
Oh, good.
Oh?
We don't have Zoti to one-shot for this one.
What say?
You have only delayed your
Oh,
death.
but at least Adair was the one who did it. Good job, Adair. Never hurts to check them either way. Right. Onward we go. And we have to go all the way up to Andra's Spire. I think up here is going to be another combat. No, is it?
I hope you got a way of turning off that storm. Looks unfriendly. Mean-spirited, even.
So, here we are. A furious storm obscures the sprawling city below, but you can make shipshape with distant spires from flooded ruins. Spirit winds. I'm gonna hydrate really quick. Spirit winds a tug on your soul with insistence, like a stern hand trying to pull a cloak from your back. You recall the last time you encountered the Biowak. It feels like a lifetime ago. So, here we are. You look to those who accompany you this far, who risked everything to face the competition ahead. How do you feel about this, Adair? Adair's gaze wanders among the glinting archways and half-collapsed spires, his mouth agape.
Gilded Vale got its name from the way the wheat fields used to look in the sun. But this place really is gilded. Might as well be a different world.
Much prettier than Sun and Shadow.
Yeah, seems they had a whole different way of looking at things. I'd say I like this one better, but the truth is, neither one seems any closer to me. These great people got a funny way of passing on. They disappear from the world, but leave their problems behind for the rest of us to deal with.
Problems are kith problems. Both civilizations, different as they were, agreed that something had to be done.
And now here we are, with Aethys trying to undo the whole thing. You know, I broke a wheel once too.
Alright.
First thing I thought of when we
have a good sleep, Anobius. I will definitely be raiding out by the start of TGA, so I do already have a raid target in mind for that.
My mom had this spinning wheel, and she loved it.
I am by no means ready for any reacting to it myself, so anyway.
Well, I was playing with it in the way a young child might when his parents are out, and that wheel came right off. It wouldn't go back into place, so I pushed it harder, and pretty soon I'd broken off a spoke. Broke off 3 more trying to fix that. Anyway, I got whipped pretty good for it. That wheel was never the same, even after my dad fixed it. I used to think of the gods as being like parents to all of us. And now I know better. They're children, playing while their folks are gone.
Anytime, Anobius, have a good sleep. And also, this line hits hard by Adair, knowing how we went from Pillars 1 to 2. You're looking thoughtful, Alof, and we also have ads, so... Alof looks at the sprawling ancient city.
5 years ago, you controlled the destiny of thousands of souls in Sun and Shadow. But the choice you make today shall define the fate of every living thing in Aora.
Let's see what Alof has to say. What do you think I should do, Alof?
And to think of all the times I've asked you the same question.
Very true.
You taught me something truly wonderful. That the world will find its own rhythms no matter what I do. That it isn't up to me to discern the right answer to an impossible question. I'd offer you the same peace of mind now. I know you'll choose wisely. And no matter what happens, it's been an honor journeying with you. Again.
On your mind, Zodi?
We gonna do this or what?
Zodi looks her chapped lips, dark gaze narrowing as she sees the sight of the ancient city ruins. Raised high, her lantern casts hard shadows over her face.
We've made it this far, yet we're still alive. Might as well square off with my god before our luck runs dry.
If we survive this, no, never mind. I'll tell you after.
I'll hold you to that.
Was it worth chasing down your god?
Reckon it was. Sure, I did some things I now regret. God knows I got plenty of blood on my hands. Tell me, Watcher, can there be a god of light and birth if souls themselves can no longer be reborn?
She points her lantern towards the shattered ruins of the distant Yukaizo's broken bones.
I thought it'd be different how it turned out, but I couldn't dream of any other way. Now then, shall we go face my god for one last time? Find out what it is we can or can't do in these end times. Whether we're meant to wither or thrive.
Yep, let's go.
Consider me your second shadow.
Here we are, Takehu. How does it feel?
I am thinking that Aothus has come this far, and he will not wait on you before he finishes what he started. If he shatters what is sat in the heart of Ukaizo, this action will ripple beyond the dead fire, beyond life as we know it.
And Az should be finishing up. Luckily I was doing dialogue, so other than some dialogue moments, y'all didn't miss much.
The Hauna could use a change, an upset, something that gets them working together. History has shown that we thrive in adversity.
He turned to face his surroundings, struggling to take in everything at once.
The land of my mothers, as real as anything that rises up from the bed of the sea. Also, smaller than I expected. This should be as interesting as the last time I confronted a god-possessed Adra Colossus.
You get around, but I know you haven't done this before.
Captain, I am my mother's son. I have seen things you would not believe. What say? Shall we find him, Captain?
I think we're ready to go. Hold on, let's see, anything else? No, okay. I think we're just good to go. Let me see, is there anything over here? Nope, alright. Interesting. This is actually a little different from my first one. No, actually we gotta go to this one, okay. Well met though, I love how the game actually just makes us out to a mysterious El Dorado throughout the whole thing. This Ukaizo thing. That everyone must find Ukaizo. I do like how they build up the legend of that. In the game. A reminder though, after I do finish this ending, I am actually going to show my other ending. After that, I'm going to do one more thing before I do wrap up the raid, which is to do the Barra thing I talked about. The Barra thing that I talked about earlier about siding with the pirates for the one quest line because that actually has some Barra lines to my character. Anyway, though the advice atop the tower spins in wild blurring revolutions around the air around it is still calm. Still and calm, you stand in the eye of the storm, which is cordoned off by Andra's mortar from the rest of Aora. For thousands of years, you see an antiquated control panel, its levers engaged in positions of activation. Standing uncharacteristically still, Takehu turns his head to take his surroundings in all at once. A deep furrow. Hold on, what's the temperature? I need to turn on the heater really quick. One moment. I'm back. It was getting a little chilly out in the room and outside, so I had to turn it up. Anyway, a deep furrow cleaves his brow. Something the matter, Takehu?
I have stood here before.
Takehu, that's impossible.
Until today, it was impossible that we would arrive at the island of my ancestors. Akira, here we are, expanding the possible. As a boy, I dreamed of a tower made of water. I stood at the pinnacle and made obeisance to Mother Ngati. This tower, this view.
Maybe Ngati was trying to tell you something.
Kara. Just so. Ngati's covenant. The first form of water shaping. It is here, waiting for me.
Do whatever you need to, Takehu.
So beautiful. But look what they have done with you.
He reaches a shaking hand up to the storm, curling his fingers in as if to grasp something. He covers his heart with one hand and lowers his head, muttering a slow, fervent prayer. From the broiling madness of the storm, a single drop of water lands on Takehu's brow, running down his cheek like a tear. Takehu wipes his eyes dry with his thumb. He pauses to stare down at his hand, as if seeing it for the first time. Are you alright?
I remember.
He clenches his hands into fists. The storm surges around you and the winds pick up speed. Takehu's head snaps back and his eyes squeeze shut in agony, ecstasy, or both. He rouses at last, shaking a few droplets of moisture from his hair.
I am the tremor that inspires the tidal wave, the pebble that calls the avalanche. Mother, your son has found his birthright where you left it.
Takehu raises his fist into the sky and lets out an uproarious laugh. Eventually, he shifts his focus to you.
My people never doubted that Ngati's chosen would find our ancient gift. Kara, I did not share their confidence until now. I am ready, Watcher. Let us finish what we started.
A deep percussion shakes the tower by its roots. Somewhere in the obscurity of the storm, Aethys rears back his fist to deliver a mighty blow. The control panel has weathered millennia better than the rest of the city. A layer of dust covers elegant glass tubes and engraved copper levers, which appear both intact and fully functional. You activate the machine. You grip the largest of the levers and bring it back up to its starting position. The vibration of the machinery gradually slows to as turbulent winds grow calm.
The machine controlling the storm winds down. The clattering of its machinery settles into a low whir and then, at last, hiccups to a halt. Beyond the tower, the black, roiling clouds of Andra's mortar roll away from the ancient city of Ukaizo, with only a tired sigh of wind to see them off. And on that last breath of wind, comes to you a familiar sound. The ring of a bell. The bell's ringing is
it's Bareth.
not the clangor and torrent you've grown used to. It calls to your soul, and your soul yearns to follow it. Your soul flees from your body and into the beyond, chasing that sound. It leads you at last to Bareth's realm, to that cold platform and room of endless doors.
Watcher, your journey nears its conclusion.
The pallid night stands before you, her gaunt face impassive.
What will come after?
That will depend on the will of Kith, whose desires are ever in flux. Soon you will confront Aethys for what will likely be the final time, and you will do so as the Herald of Bareth, the only creature on the face of Eora to whom he will listen. Remember that.
The pallid night inclines her head to you, black hair hanging lank in her face. She steps back and cedes the floor to Helia with a small, resigned sigh.
If Aethys truly intends to go through with his mad plan to destroy the wheel, a generation's worth of souls will be trapped in the in-between. So many would suffer. How can Aethys be so cruel? He cannot just abandon them. Aethys must help the Kith find a quick solution.
Abaddon strides forward.
Aethys thrust this crisis on the Kith. They did not bring it upon themselves. Their only mistake was entrusting us to watch over them. Who will help them rebuild their world now?
I do agree with you, Abaddon.
Aethys will reveal every secret of the gods. Will Kith be able to change the established order if they have no wonder to inspire them? Aethys must help them resolve this quickly, lest every one of Eora's few remaining mysteries be laid plain.
Should Aethys then kill it, then eat it? Should Aethys leave this decision solely to the Kith?
You have misgivings. Good. You should be wary of any help Aethys might offer you.
Might have to step away really quick. Family just came back from a little Christmas party, so one moment. I'll check in them really quick, but shouldn't take too long. And I also need to check some on OBS, so one moment. There we go. Alright, I'll be back for just a moment. It shouldn't take too long.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Slander will not be tolerated while we're on watch. You'd best run and rescue your helpless limp lord before he founders in his own vomit or wakes up naked in a hen coop. Scurry off, or he'll
All right, I'm back. Oh.
ventilation. Is that a threat, you shriveled old man?
What did I come back to?
You gotta prick us with your sewing needles.
I'll let that play through before doing anything.
Shoot like soldiers, so don't make
Let me see what I missed.
your arrows can't keep.
What did I miss in chat? I mean, other than that. So I'll have to hydrate. If only I can scroll up. Oh, OBS, let me scroll. There we are, jeez. The talking sword. Yep. There's this. Okay, I didn't miss much. So all I have to do is do a hydrate, eh? Alright, I'll go ahead and take care of that. But yeah, I was just checking on family because I just came back from a little Christmas party. Anyway.
With the wheel destroyed, Kith will tear themselves apart. It is the gods' duty to prevent that happening, lest they doom us all. And as Kith must be ruled, so too must the gods. I say that if Aethys is so eager to throw down the mantle of power and step aside, I shall take my rightful place as Queen of the Gods again.
Wait, Primetime's on tonight? Why is Primetime on in the Game Awards? Oh, now I have to put up alert. Hold on. Warframe stuff. One moment. Where's the Warframe? Because I was not expecting them to go live today because of, you know. One moment. Let me... There we go. And a little bit of ad there, but there we go. Alright, we're good.
Kith are strongest when
Hey,
they
Andra.
follow our lead. And we are strongest when we lead in turn. United in purpose with the gods, Kith can accomplish things that without us, they could never have even begun.
Kith will not solve Aethys' puzzle on their own.
Well, accidentally skipped Andra.
Without an established order to fight against, the bonds that bind them dissolve, and they fight amongst themselves.
Boudica doesn't want them to solve it. She wants to be queen over you all.
Boudica's firm hand is but the motherly smothering of Helia by another name. Mortals should have no special advantages. Only once Kith have striven to improve themselves through trial will they truly know their measure. Kith must suffer to find their strength if they are to survive the world into which Aethys drags them.
Was not expecting the boomer logic out of you.
Our intervention in your struggle would be a cruelty and counter to our purpose.
He lets his words hang in the air for a moment. Gaze, level with your own.
Indeed. Kith must discover for themselves what it is they are worth, and of what it is they are capable. What we do for them, they do not learn for themselves. Trial breeds ingenuity. If our work of generations was not in vain, Kith will succeed in spite of Aethys' actions. I have faith in Kith's ability to meet Aethys' challenge. Do not mistake my words for indifference, Watcher. They are born from a fierce belief in your potential, not a refutation of it.
One of you has tried to convince me that mortals are destined to fail, but I don't believe it.
And yet you come to Ukaizo with only the Hauna at your back. All that Kith stand to lose. And even then, your leaders could not join hands, squabbling instead over prestige and resources. You believe that will change when my final death comes calling? You are a greater fool than I thought. Margaret is blinded by her affection for mortals. She does not see that entropy is the destiny of all things. If Aethys were wise, He would destroy everything. End life. End reincarnation. End death. Kith have had their chance. It is time to let silence reign.
As Rimmergon's words fade, the Pallid Knight returns. She no longer towers over you, a giant even among the gods, but meets you at your height. She lets the arms crossed over her chest fall to her sides. She speaks to you openly, plainly, an expression almost like tenderness, turning up the corners of her lips.
Well, Watcher, you know where we stand. What do you believe?
Have a good sleep, Spike. Thanks for dropping by. I shall see you in your next stream potentially, but either way, have a good night. Let me see. The gods did what they could. We'll take it from here.
I only suggest that you walk into this future with eyes wide, Watcher. The mantle of responsibility is a heavy one, broad though Kith's shoulders may be. Now the time has come for us to part, Watcher. I laid upon you a difficult duty, and you have discharged it well. You will be free of it in time, but not now. You have work to do yet. You are no stranger to hard choices. You killed Theos, and when his soul was laid bare before you, you chose to return it to the wheel. You made his memory his penance. Remember the strength it took to make that choice, and know that you alone may sway Aethys now. When
I'll see you on
stand
Sunday as well,
before
Spike.
them, choose your words carefully.
The gods depart one by one in brooding silence. A solitary figure remains perfectly still until the last of her colleagues is out of earshot. Wodica peers down at you, a triumphant grin splitting her weathered features.
Bareth is a fool if she thinks I'll let her enjoy the last word.
Classic Wodica.
You were trusted with a heavy responsibility, Watcher. Speaking for mortals, and representing their interests in the future to come.
Indeed, did my choices teach you anything about us?
You weren't wrong to trust the Hauna. They built their society to last. But that hasn't stopped their tribes from buckling under the pressure of foreign occupation. How many of her people did Queen Onakase imperil while she placated her enemies? How close did her simpleton brother come to drawing his weapon at every negotiation? Then there's the deplorable incident at the Powder House. And yet, they have earned your confidence in a gamble that could decide the fate of all mortals. Why is that?
The archipelago is theirs, and so is Ukaizo. That's actually the reason I chose this ending too.
Consider my curiosity appeased. For now, in our grandest plans, you are a singularly unpredictable variable. You play a dangerous game by investing your hope in others. Deception and failure are woven into the fabric of mortals. I can safely promise that they will disappoint you before long.
I intend to see that promise broken. Whatever happens, we can face it together. Without you, if necessary.
I look forward to watching the bright cheer fade from your eyes under cold, unforgiving reality. Whether you heeded my wisdom or not, everything you've done to get this far has informed our view of mortal kind. I hope you're satisfied with your performance. We've learned much from each other.
Did I make a difference? Are mortals ready for their own destiny? I'm very curious, but Wodica, we already know this answer.
Nothing could convince me that mortals are equipped to steward their future. Your efforts to prove me wrong were admirable, and my detractors will likely use your example to oppose my rule. The Hauna may reign over this archipelago for now, but Eora is vaster than they know. A difficult road lies ahead of me. Your alliances have made proving my argument an uphill battle. Well done, I suppose.
Not what I expected there.
Aethys will no doubt have a sunnier outlook on mortals and their chances of success. He already has everything he wants, So go and listen to his empty-headed idealism. The rest of us will be sharpening our blades, preparing for the future he lays out for us.
Candied nuts? Pardon me as I indulge.
First thing we hear is Consolat talking about nuts. Anyway, consciousness returns as the wave of vast, but the last machine's energy dissipates. The calming of the storm reveals sprawling city all around you like the sand swept, wiped from a mosaic. You see the distant outline of Aethys raising his fist in triumphant purpose.
You keep falling asleep on me, I'm gonna have to start walking behind you with a pillow. Oh, by the way, the storm's gone. Also, I think Aethys has ended the world.
Adair takes a long draw from his pipe and nods and stares at the Colossus in the distance. Yeah, it looks like he's having fun out there.
It seems we're all still here.
Do not touch the machine again, I say. The delicate fish can only take so much.
God's darnation. My head.
Peering over the edge of the tower, you make out a distant shape amid the ruins below. An iron-studded warship has dropped anchor in the shallows, its cannons angled to the shore. The ship nearly cracked in half, but by the standard of the royal deadfire persists in flapping in the breeze. If there was ever the empty deck tells the surviving crew was aboard the skiff rowed to the shore, which means you are no longer alone in Ukaizo. If there was ever a place for a final standoff, it's Ukaizo. All the things to say, Consolat, you talk about nuts. Anyway, let's leave. Well, there's the thing I was waiting for. Let's go have the face-off. I love how Consolat just randomly chiming in at some points. Let's go. Hello there. Hazanui Kairu approaches her weapon drawn, her face bruised and cut and her uniform torn from rough journey, but her eyes are clear and focused. Anyway, the world is ending. Anyway, Candy Nuts. Her eyes are focused and cleared on you.
What you people from lush, bright lands fail to grasp is that Rauatai isn't a storm-tossed spit of land. It's the Kith who stand together there.
And funny enough, I had her in my independent ending encounter too.
Ukaizo belongs to us. We've earned it with blood and sweat, and no one shall take it from us now.
Why are we arguing about this when Aethys is destroying the cycle?
I can't stop him. Neither can you. But I can give my country a chance at weathering what comes next. Rauataians! Defend Ukaizo!
Here we go again.
Yeah.
You also have Zodi here. And Zodi has a known thing of actually hitting hard. And also summoning spirits. Actually, your double was kind of trash.
Oh?
I've been summoned. Hey, spirit. Was it the candied nuts? Was it the candy nuts Consolat was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, someone summoned you. I gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Oh, I'm talking about the spirits. Ah, right. Talking about Zodi spirits. I gotcha. Yeah, kind of goldfish memory there on my end. Don't mind it. I want to try this. Nope.
Aye.
Speak your mind.
They're fighting the spirits. Go get them, spirits.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead, pop this on us, and just damage them when we take damage.
What?
Adair, you might just actually get rid of Hazanui. Yup.
Leave it to me.
There's a walloping!
Happy to oblige.
Zodi, why not try this one? Nope. I mean, you do hit like a truck, but still.
Me and you are about.
Can't whack him any harder.
And then a fireball to finish him off.
Down.
I'll just hit you
Just like that.
with my talking sword.
Something I can do?
I dare you want to knock that fella down. I dare you want to knock that fella down. Or don't, I guess.
Hey, watch him with that.
That's not very helpful.
And just keep casting that fireball. Adair's a pig.
Leave it to me.
Adair killed the weather mage as a pig. I'm proud of you, Adair.
You need something.
I didn't expect that to happen, but you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Adair, you're that powerful that you can kill everyone when you're a piggy.
Long before Aothas finished the job.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Me and
Well,
you
no.
are about to mix.
I'm here.
Well, they're dead. How's Anui's crest tat? Well, alright. Mine now. Alright, let's go ahead and leave now. Hold on, where do we go? I guess we go over here, huh? Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to not go this way. That's the way you turn off the thing. I went the wrong way. Another way. Gotta go down the Crown Promenade again because I went the wrong way. I don't think there's any more combat along the way. And the bodies are gone. Let's see. I think it's this way. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Now we go over there.
You descend into the ancient winding streets of Ukaizo. Battered by storms for thousands of years,
hold on.
the ruins bear the marks of their role as the lone witnesses of the god's great secret at the center of the city. The houses and boulevards are pierced by great spears of luminous Audra. There are no ashen bodies, no birds, no sign or sound of any life. But with every step, the rhythmic pounding in the distance draws nearer. Soon, you can feel the vibration traveling up your spine.
Okay, as I was gonna say, ending sequence now beginning now if anyone is actually planning on playing, like the actual ending slides and everything, so just a heads up. And by the way, that's Barris Wheel, the reincarnation thing where everyone actually comes from. So spoiler warning now, going forward.
Approach the center
Well,
of the
it's been going on for a
The
while.
weathered architecture gives way to more luminous Audra, piercing the ruins, eventually overtaking them entirely. Cresting the top of a fallen tower, you finally get a clear view of Aothas. He stands, legs astride, next to a great stone monument ringed with 11 cavernous alcoves. All but 3 hold a gargantuan skeleton, bones scrubbed clean by the city's storms. An immense Anguithan machine floats above the monument, suspended by invisible energy emanating from a well of light beneath it. Great brass rings spin around a core of metal and Audra at the machine's center. Periodically, Aothas's massive arms swing back. The movement alone is enough to draw great gusts of wind toward him. When they come down on the machine, the impacts are accompanied by eruptions of electricity, fire, and smoke. The hundreds of luminous Audra pillars across Ukaizo sympathetically dim in a rippling wave that spreads out from the machine. The only safe route to the god is a steep ascent along a monstrous pillar of luminous Audra. Intertwined with fragments of Ukaizo's ruins that it has carried through the centuries, the pillar bends in a long arc, towering above the machine. The pillar levels out near Aothas's head, a silent observer to the destruction of the machine it has grown beside over thousands of years. You weave your way along a treacherous rain-slicked path up the pillar's skyward side. As you arrive at the top, you catch Aothas's attention. Fist pulled back, he pauses to observe you. with the same gentleness he showed at Ashen Maw. He lowers his arm and turns toward you.
Giant arm punching neat crickets. This is actually the wheel of reincarnation that we use, that actually continues the cycles. When people die, they go through this and they churn out another, you know, reincarnate another time. Anyway. That's the Barris wheel itself.
Strange to see Ukaizo in this way.
Hey, Athos, how you doing?
It may be hard to picture, but this city was once full of life. The Hauna, yes, but also kith from many other cultures. Great hanging trees shadowed these boulevards. Gardens sprawled across the open rooftops. Each spring, a festival procession would wind its way from the hillside into this valley. The celebrants would pass through a steep walk among the stalls of foreign merchants, flowers falling upon them from all sides. All people of all nations, together in a celebration of new life. Such was the power and beauty of lost Ukaizo.
Soul of Waveland separates out of the mass trailing in your wake. He looks up to Aethys and clears his throat.
Been a while, old friend. Widewin, I did not think to see you here. But few things go as expected when the Watcher is involved. We were a good team. Once. But this isn't what we fought for. Ain't you just burning the harvest because you planted the wrong seeds? An astute observation, old friend. Consider instead that I am giving the soil back to those who till it. Spring must always follow winter. As long as there are people committed to finding the other side of change, the agony will not last. But thank you for challenging me as you did in fairer times. I haven't forgotten the lesson we strove to impart. You're welcome, I suppose.
Wadewind clears his throat back and backs away to offer you some space. Aethys shifts his attention back to you.
Mighty One, I once desired to return that power and beauty to the Hauna. Now I wish only for the tribes to find it themselves. If not here, then elsewhere. Was I wrong? Have I failed them?
Tekehu, the gods have already decided so much of your life. I would not shape what remains of it. You know how your people could benefit from your help. You have also come to see that this life is yours to live as you choose. Deciding what course to take is not easy. But if you do not choose, your life may pass you by as you stand at the crossroads.
This isn't right. You can't put this burden on us. You can't make the gods' problems our responsibility to fix. How can you have faith that what you're doing is good? You know how many people are going to suffer because of this. No matter how you spin this, you can't set it straight.
Adair, I wish I could explain it to you. It breaks my heart that I cannot. But no matter how much you curse me, do not despair. The souls of this world will need people like you. Lights burning brightly in the darkness to come.
Gone, please, I'm begging you. What do I do following this? How am I to best serve those still living? To improve our future chances of survival?
The Deadfire and the Eastern Reach are full of animancers. Women and men with brilliant minds who can solve this great problem.
Now, that's also the point of the VTC ending. On some aspects, but also bear in mind they are also brutal they're not brutal capitalists. They are capitalists, early capitalists, so at some point they will actually want to replace one another. Say Castell, for example, or Elvira, for example, being just the cold-hearted, basically money, 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 give me money, 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 money from all the soul pillars, basically. That's how I can describe them. That was the other option I would choose for the ending, the Castell ending, which is the progressive mindset, but still, he's still just a cog. Anyway.
They will also need people with brilliant souls, like you, Shodi. People who can tend to the spiritual needs of the world in a time of fear and desperation.
And also, yeah, there's a lot of theories on the stuff after this ending, but yeah, the faction stuff on that stuff, the faction, what is the best faction, what if any faction, it's all very interesting theories to read on that stuff.
Remember, the flame you bear is not only light, but warmth. Provide comfort to all who need it.
I do dig Obsidian for writing them as very complex as they made them, the factions. Ayla shakes his head up, looking up at the Aethys.
What right do you have to do this? Destroy the wheel and leave us with nothing? Without even knowing what will come next?
Maybe a future Pillars 3, Aloth. We don't know about that.
Aloth, we are all gods and mortals, responsible for our own actions. But inaction carries its own moral responsibility. It is a burden I have carried for far too long. One must always do as their conscience dictates, even if that means abdicating a position of power. But what of you, Watcher? Why have you followed me? Have you come to bear witness to the breaking of the wheel?
I want you to destroy it all. I've come to fight you. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's fight the giant. No, only to bear witness. What are we? Godfrey from no, not Godfrey. It was another god from Elden Ring. Let me see. If you gone, the gods will go with mortal. Mortals gonna need a head thing. You need to inspire them. Yeah, I think you can actually do this.
Mortals are already inspired. It is what has pushed them on for hundreds of generations to reach this point in time.
And also, even though I did side with the Hauna, they are the natives of the archipelago. They do also have problems of their own faction as well, like the caste system and all that fun stuff. And also, they're very, as we clearly saw, and justified, unacceptance of the colonizer folks. VTC and what was it? VTC and Royal Dead Fire Company. Anyway, continuing on.
Animancy is poised to go far beyond what we Ingwithans ever discovered.
Yay, careful ending area.
Why do you,
unless you already seen the ending,
think I should lend more power to mortals?
Because I believe in Kith. I believe in our potential to do good in this world.
As do I. From where should mortals draw their inspiration?
They should look to the future. Their imagination and inventive spirits should guide them.
Very well, Watcher. I will ensure that mortals are inspired by my passing, that my power not be expended in vain. Indulge me in a moment's curiosity. There is something I wish to know about Eora, about Kith, that I can only
thank you, Jay. Yeah, I actually got some follows overnight. Of course, I'm not going to dox them, but yeah. Anyway. Well, look at that. Now Aethys and the Green and Terrible need something from me. You're not taking my eyes. I need them. Go on.
You followed me all this way, dodging an armada, navigating an impenetrable wall of storms.
I will admit, though, Jay, whenever you do pick this up, the complexity of what faction to side with is a lot challenging, or to not side with. So I do hope whenever you do pick this up in the future, have a good. I'm curious to see what you choose.
Voyaging across uncharted seas, with the machinations of gods echoing in your ears.
The gods never shut up, Aethys.
All the while trusting in the institutions of Kith to get you this far, and earning their trust in turn. Whatever else happens this day, that much is remarkable. I believe that mortals possess the strength to collaborate and shape a future of their own design. Not all of my brothers and sisters agree. By relying on others and coming together in a time of crisis, you illustrate my point. The gods will witness you and question their assumptions about how responsible, empathetic, and sophisticated mortals can be. What inspired your decision, Watcher? Did the choice echo your foundational beliefs? Or were you influenced by observation?
Man, I can just do, if you're going to the pirate, someone made me offer and I took it. Nothing personal. I don't owe you an explanation. I wanted justice for the Hauna. You Kaizo is right theirs to rule.
I thank you for your perspective. Yours is not the only opinion that concerns me. But for the moment, it offers much to consider. All I ever wanted for mortals was growth, transformation. Once, my brothers and sisters shared this goal.
Thank you, Shadow.
Some have forgotten themselves, giving into fatalism or tyranny. Others have succumbed to apathy. It brings me great sorrow that crisis is the only way to set the future in motion. Would that I could pass the responsibility of heralding your darkest hour to another. Never forget that trust and coordination between mortals brought you to this place.
Well, we're here. We may as well get lore out of them.
The future is built on a foundation of hope, and you have laid the first stone.
Before this is over, it's my turn for questions, because we need lore.
Ask. You are entitled to any answer that is mine to give.
What happens after the wheel breaks? Here's some lore.
The great work of the Ingwithans falls to ruin. Reincarnation as we know it will end. Souls which currently await new life in the beyond will be born into the world as normal, but their numbers will not replenish.
Yeah, one moment. I really gotta check something on Warframe thingy. Just let me... There it is. Alright, back to what we're doing.
Anything that dies will tarry in the void of the in-between, awaiting the motion of a wheel that no longer turns. Once the beyond has emptied, every birth will be hollow-born. Other maladies of the soul may follow, and plague those who linger in life.
Remember that Hollowborn crisis we dealt with in Pillars 1? We're going through that again.
Unless mortals work together to carve a new path, the essence of life will be trapped in the netherworld. Gods will starve. Eora will grow silent and cold.
So basically, post-apocalyptic, almost. Anyway, how long until Eora is devoid of all life?
A generation or more. That much essence is already poised to flow into Eora. But unlike an hourglass, no amount of turning will compel the sand to reverse its course.
So that actually leads some interesting outcomes for whatever this Pillars 3 is going to be, if there ever is going to be.
Should you choose, you could lay down your burden and trust in your children's children to set matters right. That depends entirely on you. By your reckoning, there are still good years to come. By ours, time is short.
Mortals aren't the only ones in jeopardy. What are you doing? What you're doing threatens the gods.
Yes. They must work toward a solution or perish. If that task is beyond their skill, then they no longer deserve their position. I would have them justify their right to lead.
Also, when I do the other ending that we'll see soon, my independent ending, this also makes it so we can skip all this.
That could mean swallowing their pride and hearkening to the wisdom of mortals. Some, I expect, will perform better than others.
Why won't reincarnation just go back to what it was before the wheel? Interesting point here that I think I'm gonna... We'll find out when we get to it.
When we tamed the cycle of reincarnation, we broke what had once functioned naturally and without intervention. The flow of essence will not normalize on its own.
As I was saying, because there is an interesting line on here that's important going forward. Anyway.
Essence will simply pool in the void of the in-between, never passing through Adra networks to the beyond. The dead will be left to wander in darkness, confusion, and sorrow.
How can anyone trust the gods after what you've done? How can anyone trust the gods after the first game?
No one is worthy of unconditional trust. If you feel the gods are beyond forgiveness, then they don't deserve your obedience. Make your future one that doesn't require them. Should you choose to accept the gods, I hope that you temper your faith with skepticism.
Boudica sees this as a test, one we're destined to fail.
Boudica is entitled to her opinion. If the intent of this test is to justify an uprising to come, that is more worrisome. The other gods must decide for themselves if mortals are ready to dictate their future. Should Boudica's tyranny prove the only alternative, mortals must prepare for a terrible conflict. Your perspective bridges eternity, Watcher. Many will look to you to mediate differences that could shake the very foundations of Aora.
You said one of the lines of the title of the game. Anyway, you've had millennia to do this. Why now?
For several reasons. My strength was diminished after the Godhammer bomb, and assuming this form took incredible effort. With so many vying for control of the Deadfire, I also saw a ripe opportunity for mortals to cast aside their differences and stand together as one. They have never been more powerful, more capable. Because of this, the gods must justify their importance or be proven obsolete.
I haven't forgiven you for stopping me and Kate Noah.
I apologize, Watcher. There is nothing I can do to restore the glory of your hard-won and poorly situated estate.
I mean, you did kind of kill me.
What happened to Cadnua was not personal in nature. I would have occupied the statue even if it was buried beneath Defiance Bay. Given your perseverance, I know that a second home cannot be distant in your future. You have only to seek it out. I must attend to my final work now. I cannot delay any longer. You have carried a heavy burden across the Deadfire, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it.
No sooner have Aeth's word enter your mind, you hear one final dissonant bring of chime within you, then the silence. The knot that formed when the Pale Knight first addressed you in the beyond is now gone.
You are free now. As free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you. But always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use your freedom well.
Oh yeah, they were going pirates. I'm just joking though, I'm just joking. Alright, ending slide time. In a moment.
As you move to a safe distance, he draws his fist back and resumes his assault. The blows rain down with increased fervor, but the machine perseveres in spite of his efforts. Spreading his arms wide, Aethys draws power from the luminous Audra clustered around the valley. The energy courses through his body, limbs overflowing with intense light and waves of heat. He returns to his task, each strike bringing with it the sound of cracking stone and twisting metal, the flickering of luminous Audra across Ukaizo. As the ancient machine finally begins to succumb to his strength, so too does Aethys's body, built to withstand the passage of thousands of years. The great Audra statue has finally been pushed beyond its limits. Cracks appear along the hands, then race up the arms. Aethys does not slow his assault, but continues unabated. Its brass rings twisted, the machine spins erratically but withstands the relentless barrage. Aethys stands astride it and pummels the base of the machine. Soul energy begins to flare out from the machine's heart, warping the air with the intense heat. Aethys drives his right fist into the machine's center, the core of metal and Audra. The god lets out a deafening shout, something between a cry of anguish and a roar of exultation. You see Aethys's arm shatter upward from his hand through his elbow. A flash of light and heat bursts from the core, accompanied by a cacophony of destruction. The moment passes. As Aethys's shout echoes throughout the valley, your eyes begin to recover. The god's work is accomplished. The great machine of Ukaizo has been destroyed. The wheel has been unmade.
Alright, I do believe now the ending slide should be popping up.
As Aethys's voice fades, the enormity of what you've accomplished sinks in. You have confronted a god. You have rediscovered the ancient city where the wheel was forged, and you have seen the wheel shattered. What comes next is uncertain, but already the legend spreads of the Watcher, who survived Andra's mortar and stood toe-to-toe with Aethys. On your recommendation, Aethys disperses his essence and that of the thousands of souls within him to centers of knowledge and learning around the world. Animancers, engineers, wizards, and scholars of all stripes make astounding breakthroughs in understanding and harnessing the phenomena that govern Eora. While some of these developments prove beneficial to Kith, others are decidedly less so. But such is the price of innovation. What remains to be seen is how, indeed whether, they will restore the cycle Aethys has broken. Reclaiming Ukaizo is both a symbolic and a practical victory for the Hauna. The ancient city is a potent reminder of their people's ancient glory, and it promises to be a much more easily defensible capital, especially with the storm controls of Andra's Spire close at hand. The other tribes unite under the Kahanga and dedicate themselves to rebuilding Ukaizo and relearning its secrets.
Location?
The Valian Trading Company continues its operations in Deadfire, though it is forced to renegotiate many of its contracts with the newly empowered Hauna Crown. Company leadership finds that the new terms are much more favorable to the tribes than to their own interests in the region.
Okay, I'm just checking something. All right. Renegotiate. Okay, gotcha.
Due to these changes, the Valian Trading Company eventually withdraws most of its people from Deadfire. The Royal Deadfire Company is expelled from the archipelago as punishment for their attack at Andra's mortar. The storms across the Rauatayan mainland subside along with those of Andra's mortar. However, Rauatai regards this respite with a wary eye, ever mindful that the machinery at Andra's Spire remains under their foes' control. The Hauna settlement of Ukaizo reignites Ferrante's dream of a new Valian empire. Deadfire is claimed and controlled, but the clearing of Andra's mortar offers the possibility of new prospects in yet undiscovered lands. He leads the old Valian loyalists across the sea, searching still for a new Valian homeland. The mysterious deaths of Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa provoke hostilities between the Valian settlers and the Huawan residents. What starts with angry words escalates to retaliatory killings as each side blames the other. By the time anyone bothers to question the strange coincidences surrounding their deaths, including reports of a cloaked Omawi woman seen in both the port and the village, both sides have gone too far to turn back. The conflict eventually draws the attention of Queen Onikaza, who sends a contingent of warriors to drive the remaining Valians from the island. Port Mage becomes a cautionary tale for outsiders who would abuse the hospitality of the Hauna tribes. As the balance of power changes in Deadfire, so too does Nekataka transform. Though the Kahanga monarchy moves its new seat of government to Ukaizo, Nekataka continues to be a busy and important city. The Kahanga leadership takes responsibility for the welfare of the Raparu, and the Gullet starts to improve. What was once a den of crime, poverty, and illness slowly becomes a quiet haven for the Raparu. Ukaizo reveals more about the ancient art of water shaping than the Guild could have hoped to learn in another century of work. With this new knowledge, water shapers across the archipelago wield the currents and bend the waves for the pleasure and benefit of the new Hauna nation. Your brief encounter with Letharn proves deeply influential for the children of the
Oh yeah,
Dawn
or this
Stars.
one.
Plagued with nightmares and haunted by the deaths at Hesango, Letharn begins questioning his faith in Aethys. At first, his fellow Dawnstars chide him, but that changes as word of Aethys' deeds at Ukaizo spreads. After all, what business have they worshipping a god who denied his own legitimacy? The faith of the children of the Dawnstars fades, but their commitment to the people of Deadfire does not. They continue feeding, healing, and helping the neediest, just as they have for decades. It is no longer a holy mission, but it is a mission all the same.
Hey, at least I got a good ending.
Ruanu, the chieftain of the Hauna at Tikawara, dies mysteriously. The tribe finds his body washed up on the same beach where Anaharu challenged him to the trial of waves. Some blame Anaharu's vengeful spirit. Others see it as Ngati's final judgment. And
and we have ads incoming. Hold on.
Man seen
Going to snooze that. There we go. Snoozing that because we're at the ending sequence.
The leaderless tribe eventually scatters. Some head to Nekataka, while others seek out the Wahaki. Ships continue to disappear at the southeastern fringe of the archipelago, and stories circulate of a colony of vampires and gulls preying on their crews.
And this one is actually the one that I skipped. Yeah, we'll see what the actual ending for that is. Yeah, this is one I did skip, so this one is actually a really fun quest. But anyway.
The Queen soon sends a contingent of her bravest warriors who end the horrors of Splintered Reef. The dragon, Neraskirlas, no longer passes between Aora and the White Void, and the dead flow slowly breaks apart, exposing the temple long frozen within. Hafjorn leads the remaining Harbingers of Dusk on a return pilgrimage to the White that wins, and they scatter into the clans and settlements from which they hailed. The Temple of Remergond falls into disrepair, home only to madmen and monsters. In besting the Beast of Winter, you earned the Death God's mercy rather than his enmity. The deity remains characteristically unforthcoming about his decision, and you're left to wonder whether in doing battle with him in the White Void, you somehow furthered his apocalyptic ambitions. Utterly corrupted by the tooth of Tawamawai, the Adra at the primal island of Kazuwari
and this is the one we screwed up.
To remain separated from the greater beyond. As increasingly anguished spirits roam the island in search of essence, blights form with greater frequency. The wildlife suffers, and the jungle thins as Kazuwari slowly dies. Weakened by the events at the island, Galawain retreats further from the intrigues of the gods. Rumors spread of his displeasure, as those godlikes touched by the father of monsters begin dying mysteriously across the whole of Aora. The faces of the hunt continue to rule the Crucible and Galawain's, or rather, Tawamawai's name. The trials summoned by the statue grow deadlier with each season, until only those rare few willing to brave the gravest of dangers seek out the bloody ordeals of Kazuwari. Like the other souls following in your wake, Muatu eventually yearns to move on to the beyond and the wheel. Stymied by Aethys' actions, however, he settles on returning to Kazuwari, where he joins the choir of souls that echo throughout the Crucible. Released from their bondage to the sightless eye, the Vithrak of the Halls Obscured abandon the Black Isle and resettle in the deepest and darkest recesses of the ruins beneath Nekataka. Sisak and his colony remain secretive and isolated, however, rarely interacting with those kith crawling about in the sunlight above. Encouraged by her arcane successes, Bakarna returns to her observatory to continue her studies of the celestial spheres. In time, her colleagues in the Circle of Archmagi come to accept her among their number. She takes on apprentices, and they trumpet her praises as both a brilliant innovator and nurturing pedagogue. The fleshy mass of Wal's abandoned body continues to slumber beneath the Halls Obscured. Guarded, and studied, of course, by the Circle of Archmagi, the group establishes a...
I know her voice is driving me mad.
And, with time,
one moment.
The Black Isles become one of the preeminent institutions of arcane knowledge in Aora.
Okay. I didn't know this either, Mickey, but apparently it is Ellie from The Last of Us. Apparently Ellie from The Last of Us voices the narrator and also Yidwin. Hold on. I can pull that up. Pillars of Eternity 2. Let me find you really quickly. Pillars of Eternity 2. Pillars of Eternity 2 narrator. Ashley Johnson. Yep. I just want to double check. And they do a wonderful job as narrators and also Ewan. Anyway.
Seeking a living receptacle for the essence contained within the tomes you unearthed in the halls obscured.
And we have another ad break. I
Landgraf
swear to God, ad
devotes
break.
herself to study of the God Seed.
Newsing that.
Usually on Dragonback, to solicit your expertise and advice. Her progress with the ancient Anguithan device remains steady, if excruciatingly slow. Though your adventures
now we're doing all the
destiny
companion
of
stuff.
Aora and the balance of power in Deadfire, they also leave a lasting mark on those who travel at your
And from what I know, I got the bad in
your
for
companions find themselves changed in ways both big and small.
What I am certain of, you didn't get a good ending. These two did not get a good ending, I'm aware of.
In the days sailing back from Ukaizo, Adair finds himself disillusioned with all gods, his own above all. Where the gods have touched Deadfire, he sees only destruction, loss, and emptiness. He casts off all symbols of Aethys, and even begins refusing to use his name. Ultimately, he chooses to remain with you on the Defiant.
I have to actually
knowing
put
if
myself
any
in one
mortal is
moment.
to have the final word in a conflict
Because I'm
with the
blocking
gods,
actually their pictures.
it will be the Watcher of Cadnua.
One moment, Adair. I gotta put myself in invisible. One moment. There we go. I'll go invisible for this part.
Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of subtlety. As such, she makes her girlish crush on Adair painfully obvious from the moment she first sets eyes on the strapping fighter. Early in your travels, Adair appears discomforted by her persistent flirting. He often grimaces when she sidles up to him, and he takes endless pains to keep their conversations terse and to the point. But after a little smoothing on your part to nudge them in the right direction, Adair makes an effort to view Shodi with an open mind. And Shodi begins teasing the veteran fighter in a more companionable and less amorous manner. After saving each other's hides a couple times, and sharing more than a few laughs, the two form an easy, and you suspect, lifelong friendship. Seemingly lit with an inner glow, Shodi takes to a new life of mission work with gusto. She still is committed to shepherding souls forgone, but having realigned her goals with that of her fellow Dawnstars, she now endeavors to help the living as much as the dead. As you travel the Deadfire, you find her sleeping better and laughing more often. When the time comes for her to return to her temple in Neketaka, it's with a clear wistfulness and much lip-biting on her part. She leaves you with her sickle and a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "A keepsake from a path once walked. Remember me, Watcher, for I will forever dream of you." If Aloth has learned one thing from your adventures, it is that the forces shaping the world are vaster and more complex than he had ever imagined. And they are far beyond anyone's power to control. Thus, it is with great relief that he abandons his labors against the Leaden Key. Without Theus at the helm, it will crumble in its own time. The best he can do is stand back and allow it to happen. You let Romaro go, and the former pirate ostensibly set sail for the trade lanes of the Eastern Reach, the Edier Empire, Old Valia, and the Republics. For the remainder of your time together, Seraphon seems, if not exactly happy, at least contented with the outcome of your confrontation with his former mentor at Sayuka. And yet, when the two of you part, Seraphon seems emboldened, invigorated by a new sense of purpose.
Oh, and we have a raid from Friday. Oh.
Toast to the Deadfire. Says,
one moment. I'm gonna go give you a shout out. We're actually at the ending sequence.
What's left of these Principe swaps.
We're at the end, Friday.
The next morning.
Oh.
In the years to follow.
And thank you, Shadow, for the shout out.
Reach you of the Blue Orla privateer captain as keen to free slaves or fight foreign influence as he is to plunder and pillage.
And if you haven't already followed Friday already, wholesome community, and also I do hope Warframe went well. I'm gonna go ahead and pop myself back on. One moment. There we go. If you haven't already followed Friday, I highly suggest you do. Wholesome community, wonderful streamer, and Friday, if you do have to do any post-stream, like, you know, lurk and all that stuff, like food and all that stuff, feel free. And those joining in from Friday's stream, I am Conan. I am a variety streamer right now going through the Pillars of Eternity series, currently on the 2, actually finishing up. Warframe went well. Very nice. I hope the grind went well too. Let me see. And actually going to jump into Avowed probably Monday. Trying to get the new focus weapons. Oh, I still have to get those myself. But either way, the story, oh boy, I cannot wait to see where we're going with the story. Because, oh boy, that was a really good story, and those beats, though. And that's all I'm going to say without spoilers, but I am very hyped to see what they do. But either way, and also since TGA is actually in the next 30 minutes, I will actually be calling my stream an hour short early, so that instead of ending at 8, I will have to end it at 7, but I do have someone I'm going to raid into tonight, when that does happen, who is going to be covering it for us. As I am also very intrigued with the Tim Kaine news about Pillars of Eternity. So just a heads up, but either way. Anyway, we're going to continue onwards with the ending sequence. On that note though, I'm probably going to do a little more pillar content before that happens though. One moment, going to go back into Vanishing. Okay.
After reporting back to her superiors for the Watcher's actions against the Valian Trading Company, Pallegina is rewarded with reassignment home to the Valian Republics. She spends the next several years as the head of the household guard for the Duke of Ancense. In this role, she is often lauded for her courage and loyalty. Even with all of the praise, there are still times when she cannot help but feel she could have had more influence on what transpired in the Deadfire. Despite her good fortunes in the Deadfire, Pallegina mourns the loss of Jackalow for years. She curses herself for not finding her friend sooner, for not protecting him from Captain Tutzadl and his crew. On a few lonely nights, Pallegina composes letters to the Watcher, asking what more they could have done to save him. They are never sent.
Sadly, one of the two characters that were in our party a lot didn't get the good ending, sadly, Pallegina included.
Time away from the Navy gives Maya Rua some perspective on how Rauatai conducted the Deadfire occupation. No sooner does she return to active duty than she voices her frustrations over some of the more underhanded tactics she witnessed and carried out in the name of the homeland. Her voice carries all the way to the Ranganui, who reminds his admirals that battles are won by superior tactics, but war is a battle of precedent. And winning is not always a victory. The people listen. Though Maya's covert assignment in the Deadfire is considered a success, few claim knowledge of it or openly congratulate her. She receives no praise beyond knowing glances or the occasional raised tankard from her countrymen. She looks forward to seeing her brother again. So does Ashiza. Takehu distances himself from the problems of the Deadfire, giving the tribes a reprieve.
But yeah, I'm mostly going to be silent for
godlike
these.
omens. Ngati's silence speaks volumes. The Huana grow to rely on each other, paving a new way forward divorced from their traditions. Soon after his departure from Nekataka, sailors report of mountainous water sculptures rising from the open sea, entrancing and salacious. These works are celebrated everywhere, from the brothel to the palace, though the identity of the artist remains an open question.
So on that note of Warframe though, I still need to farm, what's-his-face, the new Warframe. I still need to get that too. Anyway, continuing on.
Your farewell is short and cordial. Nothing further needs to be said, and you wish each other well. Takehu does not look back. The sea feels restless in his absence.
Given how much time we got left, I might actually save trying to get the focus weapon before that though. Yeah, definitely, they seem a little easier. But on that note though, probably gonna save the independent ending for before we start Avowed on Monday, I think, given the time right now.
Your pursuit of Aethys and your journey to Ukaizo signal the end of forces that have shaped the lives of Kith and the course of nations. The cycle of reincarnation has been broken. The storms of Andra's mortar.
And the ad is actually incoming now. I can't stop this one.
Ending promises a new beginning. As the sun rises,
I'm trying, Shadow.
Kith turn their gaze eastward, wondering at what lies beyond.
I cannot control how
world they will fashion for themselves.
I cannot control how fast Ashley Johnson speaks on this.
As the Watcher of Cadnua and the former Herald of Bareth, you return to your ship and begin the long journey home. You hope for calm weather.
Oh, actually, we got it. Okay. Got it before ads. Okay, I can come back now. So that is actually the ending for the Hauna. But on that note, though, I guess during ads, I'm going to go ahead and quickly go through the other ending then. On the independent ending to see the differences between the two characters. May as well. It's not going to take too long. And then if we got time left, maybe see that Bareth pirate thingy. I'm just skipping through this really quick. Considering everything. There we go. Well, admit though, the ending sequence is very nice. For our first time for the Hauna ending though, I actually did enjoy it. Not what some things I was unexpected by. Alright. So, there are some things I missed. But that's Alyssa, and who knows what's going to happen for the final of that. For this is my first playthrough. And some of those characters we have from the party in there. You can only see I only brought Adair with me at the last. Anyway. We're doing this one again. We're going to see the independent ending while the ads are up. It'll be in the VOD either way. But this also makes it so we can just jump into Avowed for next week. Or Monday, actually.
Strange to see Ukaizo, and it made great hanging.
Yes, we already did all the dialogue here. We did all the dialogue, so we can skip through it. There's Waidwin again.
It's been a while. We were honest, spring, but you're well.
This is... How can you... No matter...
Adair, the soul... But what of you, Watcher? Why have you followed me?
Need to inspire them.
Why do you? Why does Helia think I should lend more power to mortals? As do
there.
From where should mortals draw their very indulge me in a moment? You voyage besting with the Mac, and you. I believe
I'm just skipping some of all these. Oh, hold on.
Watcher.
There we go. Hold on. Just changing some things. There we go.
Echo your foundational beliefs.
Oh, here we are.
Or were you influenced by observation?
Coming to Kaizo unencumbered by alliances proves a different point than the one I was intended, but is valuable and all the same. Mortals couldn't work out their petty differences. I didn't have time to work out for them for those see their reasons.
I thank you for your perspective. It brings you shirked the. I must attend to you. You are many will I have.
And there we go with the ending this time.
He would crack. You see.
There we go. Now we're gonna do the ending slide, but now this time we're gonna see my endings for this one.
The enormity on your recommendation, Aethys disperses his essence, and that of the thousands of souls.
Yep, same path here. I went with this one.
Centers of knowledge, and while some of these developments prove beneficial,
we also see that there's a different ending with some of the characters in here.
But such is the pride in reaching Ukaizo and facing Aethys. You have accomplished the impossible, and you have done it without the assistance of the great powers of Deadfire. Your feats capture the awe and imagination of a world that needs heroes more than ever. Some say your intervention prevented Aethys from a far worse act of destruction.
I'm only playing the new ones, though.
Many believe you will be the salvation of Eora. With each day, your legend grows, as does the chaos in Deadfire. Ukaizo remains unclaimed, and the Efekia Channel becomes the site of a near-constant battle as the Hauna and the Rauataians vie for control of the unprotected island. The Rauataians rely on their cannons, and the Hauna call forth massive waves and beasts of the deep to sink their foes.
But basically, the Archipelago became nothing but a freaking war zone now.
And while they chip away at one another, the Valians and the Principi pursue their own ends with increasing abandon. Emboldened by their rivals' distraction, the Valian Trading Company seizes territory and mines luminous Audra at a startling pace.
And the Valians go...
villages are left at the mercy of unscrupulous speculators and resource-rich islands are swarmed and stripped. To support their operations, the Valian Trading Company
and it looks like the ad should be over.
Quantities of supplies and luminous
But yeah, now we're seeing the
to
independent
and
path.
from the archipelago. This attracts the attention of the Principi, who target these ships with increasing aggression. The promise of fat prizes draws even more pirates to their ranks. The Rauataians, as well as the Hauna, are too busy to stop them.
Basically, whenever I play if the Pillars 3 ever releases and I can import the save, my character's actions are screwed in the archipelago. This is gonna be fun.
The mysterious deaths of Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa provoke hostilities between the Valian settlers and the Hauna. By the time anyone bothers to
we already got this one.
Strange coincidence, as the balance of power changes in Deadfire. With the major powers at one another's, the pirates continue smuggling food into the gullet.
There we go, different path here.
Embrace their benefactors, aiding and concealing their smuggling operations. Over time, the gullet becomes a hotbed of piracy, with Skiarilifus's essence still empowering the Water Shapers Guild. The practice of water shaping grows and flourishes in your brief encounter with Letharn. Plagued with nightmares and haunted by the deaths
we already got that done.
of the children of the Dawnstar. Ruanu, the chieftain of the Hauna at Tikawa, the leaderless tribe of the dragon,
that happens to that one.
Neraskirlas. Hafjorn leads the remaining harbingers of Dut, investing the beast of winter, utterly corrupted by the tooth of Tawamawai. The Adra at the primal island of Kazuwari continues to remain weakened by the events at the island.
I actually got the bad ending on this one too. Well,
intrigues of the gods.
I really suck at this one DLC, don't I?
The faces of the hunt continue to rule the Crucible and Gallowaynes. Like the other souls following in your wake, released from their bondage to the Sightless Eye, encouraged by her arcane
I'm only skipping the ones that I've already seen.
The Titan of Wal poses little further threat to Aora. As the corpse decays, it putrefies into a massive nest of hungry fungal monstrosities. Vessels that anchor off the shores of the Black Isles tend to go missing, only to turn up shipwrecked months or even years later against distant shores. With time, the body collapses upon itself, and the Black Isles finally implode.
So that's what happens if you choose to actually destroy the body.
Seeking a living receptacle for the essence Though your adventures alter the destiny, Adair returns to Hisango, where he reunites with Byrne, the son of his former lover, Alava. The boy takes heart in Adair's account that Aethys and all the other gods were false, petty, and unworthy of the love of Kith. Realizing how close he came to dying for this cause, Byrne finds renewed purpose in working alongside his uncle to repair the many scars left upon Deadfire by the gods. Under Adair's guidance, Byrne grows into the kind of irreverent, stubborn hothead that would have made his mother proud. And Adair visits her gravesite, often to tell her so. Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of
we got that one.
With an inner glow. Shodi takes to a new life of mission.
Same one.
You no longer travel together. Shodi holds fast to the memory of you in her heart, remaining your fierce and doting girlfriend, faithful even in her absence. You receive a missive for every day apart, though they often arrive in a single bundle some weeks or months past. In them, she writes of how she misses you, how you are like a fire that burns inside her, how one day surely you will be reunited again. Until then, she prays for your safety as she continues to labor in service to Gon. Aloth renews his commitment to destroying the Leaden Key. With the wheel broken, loosening the god's stranglehold on Kith is more urgent than ever. It is a lofty goal, and one he does not expect to finish in his lifetime. But if there's one thing he's learned from the Watcher, it's that a single person can change the world.
And I actually checked something on Discord.
And the former pirate, when he leaves, he does so
only to get something about a free nitro thing. Okay, don't care.
Scrawled note slipped under your door. Be seeing you, Cap. You hear the Valian Trading Company is initially furious when they learn that Pallegina had assisted the Watcher in claiming Ukaizo. In the chaotic aftermath, the company takes a more nuanced view of Pallegina's actions. The turmoil in the region allows the well-organized company to seize a number of valuable assets from their competitors. Though Pallegina is not rewarded for her actions, nor is she punished, the Dukes and Sangretta agree to forget her support of the Watcher. She is quietly reassigned to duty in the Valian Republics, an order she gladly obeys. Time away from the Navy gives Maya Rua some perspective on how
Yep, we got that one
Maya's
done.
covert assignment in the Dead. She looks forward to Takei, who distances himself from the problems of the Deadfire.
Let's see.
Farewell is short. Your pursuit of Aethys and your journey to
There we go.
Kaizo as the Watcher of Cadnua.
Alright, so that is actually the both endings. There we go. That's the first one being the actual ending for Alyssa. This is my first playthrough actually ending. So there we go. Let's see. I don't know how much time we got left, but let's see. But either way, that is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen when it comes to Pillars of Eternity 3, because this is the character I'm taking into my off-stream playthrough. Alyssa is going to be joining us whenever we do the Pillars of Eternity 3, if there is ever going to be a Pillars of Eternity 3. But that is Pillars of Eternity 3. Or 2. 2. On Monday, I'm going to be picking up Avowed, though. Or, not picking up. Going to be doing Avowed for the stream stuff. I'm probably going to actually save that idea I've had for... whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me load up the save on Alyssa. That is... where was it? There, right here. This one right here. I'm gonna load something up on here really quick to show something I'm gonna save for a future playthrough. I don't know when this future playthrough is gonna happen, but it's something I'm going to save. It's going to be the evilest Watcher playthrough in the far future, kind of like with the Ron Swanson stuff, and that is going to be this. Basically, you chase down this pirate ship, a ghost pirate ship, and all that stuff. We're going to basically be, I don't know, try to think something to Barrett so we can actually get that. I don't know when that's going to happen though. But for now, let's just say that's not the end of the Pillar of Eternity series after Avowed as well. So. But on that note though, we got about 18 minutes left in the stream before I decide to raid on to the fellow who's going to be covering the TGA tonight. So, that leaves... hold on. I'm going to change some things up on Streamwide to see what else we can do in the meantime while we wait. Let me see. What do I have installed that I can do for a little bit of waiting? You're doing the cloud stuff. No, that's going to take too long. Gloomwood. No. Trying to think. 9 Souls. No. I'm going to put some music on here. Where are you? Do them all together? No. There's nothing I can do in that. I'm just looking at my backlog, what I got right now. Avowed has an update. I'm going to actually look into that afterwards. Let me see. World of Horror? No. Divinity, Original Sin 2? No. I'm just looking in the backlog what I got. Technical Breach Wizards. Oh. Might have something. Auction Not Included also has an update, apparently. Alright. Yeah. I'm just checking the backlog. Do I have... Kingdom Come, that's gonna be something for the future. Skyrim, something else, so we're not... oh, that's an idea. 425 WoW cards. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I suppose what I can do, since I am going to be streaming this at 3 p.m. on Saturday, I can at least show my character off, so hold on. May as well set this up. I thought I changed you up. Elder, or Skyrim, bingo. I need to prepare this anyway, so hold on. Well, Elder, Irish, and friends. I'll set this up while we're doing this, so I can at least show my character off for Saturday. That's what I can do. I'm just calling this preparation. So you guys at least know that this is not the actual thing. And friends. And I'll go ahead and pump that number in that you got there, by the way, Shadow. And let me see, where is it? Shadow, you got 424 cards. And then Monday, I am going to be streaming Avowed. There we go. Gotcha, tap for Shadow. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let me just make sure, did I set you up? I did, okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anything game-wise at all. What I'm going to do is just show the character I made and what they're going in. Let me just see, are you picking up? Okay, good, it picked up. Oh my jeez, I am very rusty at this. Okay, so on Friday, there's going to be a Skyrim bingo going off, so I'm just going to go show my character off for you guys, since we only have about a short minute on time. And of course, you guess what? I had a save in the chicken save, because that's the law. Hold on. How do I see my character? Try to remember how I see my character. There we go. My Khajiit, based on actually my kitties. This one's inspired by Loki. So, this is the character I'm bringing in for Saturday. I'm not doing anything else because... Do I even have a weapon? Yes, I do. I have a mace. But yeah, I am not doing anything else aside from that. But yes, this is the character I'm going to be bringing on for Skyrim Bingo. And hello there. Skywam! I know, Mickey! Aren't you excited for the next release of Skyrim 2? Hold on. Need to change something on preview. There we go. On Skyrim 2? On the TGA? Oh, what do you do? Oh, right. Well, we may as well sit around. We got time. Hey, buddy.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
How do I unsheath my weapon? Okay. Can I use my weapon? Hook it like a champ.
Hello.
But what about this?
Somebody help! Not impressed.
Oh god. I'm probably gonna go controller for this.
You won't leave Skyrim alive.
You gotta do the tradition. You gotta beat up the chicken. It's the law. I have a save. I already have a save that's already made as is.
Never back down. Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Am I gonna live or is everyone gonna die? Oh, get out of here, Faendal. No one likes you. You know how the law goes. When you beat up a chicken, this is what happens. Oh, what the? What the? Oh, and we're back to how it began. That was all but a dream of us looking into the chicken's cold, lifeless eyes. From the behind. I know, right? You know what I should do? Do I have a... Oh, you know what? I'm a Khajiit. I'm gonna box this guy. Where's my shield? There it is. Why is it under apparel? Hey, you. You killed me before. I'm taking your bread.
Never should have come here. That's it. That's all you got.
Oh, he's dead. Wait a minute. Dale, talk to Elvor. How do I block? I forgot how to block. Classic Bethesda.
I'll mount your head on my wall.
You gotta get out of there first. Hey, just... Bad. Stop. Bad. This doesn't get you hot treats. Let me heal, okay? You can go ahead and just chill there. There we are. How do I block though? Oh. I guess you have to find a necromancer how to talk to him. Murder! Murder! Goes back to doing whatever the heck they're doing. Ah, classic Skyrim. Hey, no, no, no you don't. Please. No, you don't. Did I just get an arrow in my ass? And I died and I leveled up. Man, these strange nightmares of staring into that chicken, let me tell you.
Somebody help! You're mine to end this.
Just me goofing off in Skyrim as I prepare for practice, because I do need to learn the controls anyway. So this is good practice for Saturday. And if Elder's lurking, this is all I'm doing. I'm doing nothing. The save is going to remain on the chicken.
Here for work? Get an axe. Bring me all the...
Why is he talking about bring to work? Man, these are such weird dreams with the chicken.
Be careful.
I shot you in the head.
Never should have come here.
And you know we had so much classic experiences back in the day when I used to make a series about you. Man, good times, Ben. Good time. I wonder, hold on. Guys? Are you okay? I might. I'm just doing the, you know, the old classic tactic of, you know, get away, Hod. You know, the old strategy of height has advantage, you know, that how it works in, you know, Thief. And I didn't even mean to keep that block. Come here, Feindal. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. I already Feindal the one killing me.
New to Riverwood? If you're looking for...
I just love that that's the church dialogue. New to Riverwood? I'm dying over here. Hey, Grandma.
Help me! Help here. I'll spare you. All right, for now. Someone do something! I won't leave here alive.
Oh, now you guys want to fight. Albert, what are you doing? Oh, what the? Why is it always you? It's always Hod who's the one that does this. I'm just trying something, guys. Don't mind me.
Remind me of my cousin's cat. Killed that too.
Okay, you deserve to die now.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
You think they'll ever find out, guys? Where did you get that hammer, though? I want it. Oh, I got an idea. Let's try our sniping ability. Since we're kind of just goofing off right now. Ben, you don't want to do that. Well, at least I can aim. That's a plus. This is good practice when we get to there. Oh, that cow's going. But yep, the challenge is we have to start here in Riverwood, and I decided the best area to save it would be right in front of that chicken. But yeah, if Avowed was actually updated, I would have at least created the character, but since there's a random patch that happened today, I can't. Oh, hey, look. So literally, it's that update that's actually holding me off. It happened right as I was starting the Pillars of Eternity 2 stream. So, aside from the goofing off, I'm going to pick up Avowed on Monday. Tomorrow no stream, but Saturday is going to be this Skyrim Bingo with Elder and 9 other streamers. Bandle, stop it. I'm trying to do streamer things. Stop, I'm trying to do streamer things. Anyway, then, yeah, let's see, the 9 other streamer things, I already have the process of what we're going to do there. That's actually what the things I was actually looking in the DMs and all that stuff to actually prepare. Are they killing each other? Anyway, as I was saying, and then following that, Monday I'm going to create the Avowed character, Kolsk. What's his name? Let me see. Do you have some lore? Do you have an overlay stuff? I'm going to set that up on tomorrow, actually, Shadow. So I'm gonna set that up in my overlay. Hold on. Elder's gonna do a process where he's gonna send something out for us, and when that sent that card out is what I'm going to do. So it can't really be completed tomorrow, so I'll probably put the little card that I'm going to be handed. Probably, let me look. Let me look at the screen. You see me in the corner right now. I'm probably going to, if nothing takes up on the left corner quadrant, right at the top of the menu where the system is, it's probably going to be the bingo card up there. Is where I'm going to put that. So right around here is where that card's going to be. So on the bot thing, on this thing explaining things, I'm probably gonna put a pin message on it. So on that note, though, TGA is gonna be starting soon. So I already have someone I'm going to be raiding tonight. Someone I need to pay back for raids for a long time ago, after checking on the review stuff. So we'll be raiding into Bulu, who is going to be covering the Game Awards. Yes, I don't want to save this because my save is already fine. So I'm gonna be raiding into Bulu once it shuts down. Following that, I am going to jump into Avowed. On Monday, we're going to meet Kolsk. Kolsk, let me see their name really quick. Kolsk, not there. Kolsk Kazwin, who is an interesting character. They hear the thoughts of the fungi in their godlike form, so they are actually going to be very interesting. But on that note, though, thank you everyone for joining today. Let me cover the events. Friday with the 6th raid. I hope you enjoyed the Warframe stream. I am definitely going to be logging in after the stream while I eat some dinner and tuning into the Bulu. So, on that note though, thank you everyone for joining. We're going to go hit the end stream, and I shall see you when I see you. I'm going to do that, and before I actually finish that note, whenever I do the Pillars of Eternity 2 stream in the future again, with Pillars 1 or 2, I'm definitely going to be seeing that evil pirate stuff in the future. I don't know when this evil character is going to happen, but Pillars is, like Thief, like all the other games, like System Shock 2, are not off the table. So, alright, take care everyone, and I shall see you when I see you.